Testing 1, 2 to see if this is cool. Testing 1, 2 to see if this is cool. Testing 1, 2 to see if this is cool. Welcome to Saturday night. Dusty's by the dozen. Back in the mix. Glad everybody's having a great weekend. I know you are. We're going to get right into it. Right into it. Hold on one second. Here we go. Boom. Let's see what's going down in Cerebral Town. Here we go.
This man is saying, well, he's saying that it's over. He's telling men that we live in a new day and women are not putting up with the things that your grandmother or your mother put up with.
Yep.
A lot of women are finding peace, even if that means having peace by themselves. And he's telling men, it's time for y'all to step up. It's time for y'all to step up. Okay. It's no longer just about if you can go to work and building things for society. How are you treating your woman at home? What kind of man are you? Because women have had enough. Women are a lot of women are not putting up with it no more. A lot of women are single. If they can't find a man they're compatible with, they're not being treated right, and they're not waiting around for a man to buy them a house, for a man to buy them things that they need. It would be great if you could, but some women, a lot of women would be single and waiting forever. It's like, no, if a man comes along and he can fulfill my life, make me happy, add to my life, that's wonderful. If I can sit back and I don't have to work like a dog, that's wonderful. But we live in a society where you have to live. You can't wait on a man all the time to fulfill you, to give you.
Yeah, unfortunately right now, basically, it's bad when men are out there literally cheering for the demise of other women in their group. That's when things are bad. Yeah, let's keep it going.
What you want and what you need, and a lot of women have been forced into this type of position, and other women like to be able to work and make money and not have a man hold things over them and not have to beg like a dog.
That's the thing right there. Is a lot of dudes, especially like Daniels or Trump, they don't really have a relationship with their significant other. It's more of a deal. Yeah.
Being mistreated.
I said what I said.
So look, let's just listen to what he has to say to the fellas.
Hey, it's over with, man. Hey, partner, it's over with. All that goddamn have a hot plate, a hot meal ready for me when I walk in the house. All that when I come home from the bar late, you better be laying there waiting on me ready to bust it wide. It's over with. I'm telling you, fella, that shit over with, man. All that she need to tend to my need, over with. Cause let me tell you
house.
What happened. When we were the breadwinners and she was the homemaker, right? We treated her position with dishonor.
Let me pause it right there for a second, because that's a good point he brought up. Back in the day, there was a disparity through, basically laws that made it easier for men to control women. One of those things was financial abuse. Men were put in a much better situation of financially abusing women back then than they do now. Now women can say, F it, I'm out. In fact, that should be the woman's anthem is F it, I'm out. And you should be out. If there's nothing really, quite honestly, especially in our community, that men can offer a woman that a woman cannot do for herself anymore. Protection. Check out the stats. Women are in more peril being with somebody than they are not with somebody. That's pretty sad. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
We treated her like she was less than. We did that, you know? That's why a lot of y'all goddamn granddaddies right now got a whole nother family on the side of town.
That's right.
Man, we played in the lady faith for decades, man. We did that. Meanwhile, we was building the infrastructure for the world. We was
Not really. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was definitely way back in the day. I mean, black men and women were building America. The White House was built by black people. So, yes, the infrastructure was built, but unfortunately, especially back then, both genders built America.
We was building that. We were laying down the infrastructure for the whole world. Electrical grid, plumbing, everything that we need to survive as society. And guess what? We done that. So now she going out right now making more money than a lot of us. It's over with, man. I'm telling you. I see y'all online. Some of y'all still trying to hold on. Some of y'all ain't came to grips with the fact yet. I see y'all there trying to shame women for wanting to be single, acting like her being married to a man is the highest honor in life. Boy, that shit over with, boy. I'm telling you, man, these women just are happy, healthy.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I mean, I have featured on this channel known stars, male stars who cheated on wonderful women, and unknown men who have cheated on wonderful women. So that little BS game that they were playing with that Kevin Samuels game of, well, you got to be fit, feminine, submissive. The messed up part is that doesn't mean they're not going to cheat on you. That just means that that you can be around them so they can abuse you. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
It's over with. Maybe one day they'll come back around in a few more decades, you know? But right now, so let me tell you what we got to do. You know how women be hollering about the 97%? Is your black ass included in that 97%? Nope. She done left us, man. That woman done left us, man. Look at all the women groups. Look at all the accolades and accomplishments and achievements solely dedicated to women, black women. We ain't nowhere in there. And let me tell you why. First of all, before I tell you why, let me just say that ain't nothing to get mad at them about, right?
Exactly. This is gonna hurt, fellas. This is gonna hurt, but let's face it. You might be grinding, but you're grinding the wrong way. You need to get on your grind. You need to do what you need to do to be a valuable human being. That's what you need to do. You ain't doing it. Come on, let's go.
Right? They are showing self-love after we done fucked them over forever. So guess what we gotta do? We gotta start showing ourselves self-love. A lot of us are the man, quote unquote, the king, depending on who we can look down on, who we can punch down on, who we can instruct and guide. That shit over with, man. I'm telling you, it's a season now for going within yourself, taking care of your business. It don't matter if that's school. It don't matter if trying to get to a place, a job. It don't matter, bro. It's time to build ourselves up. They over there with their own village. Bro, it's time to build our village, bro. It's time to build our village. Not to compete, but to be worthy of something that she can look to. I'm telling you, bro. We don't realize it yet. The way the world used to be, man, that shit over with. The infrastructure is built. They done threw us away, man. So in the meantime, we got to pick ourselves up to become something worthy once again that she can look up to, or at least look eye to eye with.
Right. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? That's brought to you by Cerebral, by the way. Let's keep it going. I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so.
Okay, y'all, Lotto just confirmed her pregnancy, and now fans are putting everything together from 21 Savage being in the teaser to the matching tattoo to
Just so you know, 21 Savage, he's married and happens to not beat a lotto. So right off the gate, right out of the gate, another example of why women need to do their own thing. What's the point of being married if you're just going to cheat? You might as well not get married. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
even his wife liking the video, and a lot of people feel like it's getting messy. So Lotto officially confirmed that she's pregnant in her album teaser called Business and Personal, and that alone had the internet going crazy last night. Now, this rumor has been going around since December, and once the internet say that somebody is pregnant, it got to be true. So, anyways, when Lotto dropped her video for Business and Personal, she left little hints in the video, so people noticed that in the scrapbook, you can see her in 21 Savage. When she was sitting down painting, you can see the little sword on her back that matches the sword that's in the middle of 21 Savage's head. And not only that, 21 Savage was in the teaser video. We seen him grab her belly. Everybody put two and two together and figured it was him.
I mean, to me, it's like, that is just like, this is, to me, they're flossing this shit. This is not anything to floss. Having a baby by a side chick is not anything to floss. I don't care how famous they're supposed to be or whatever. That's not the crazy part about it. Here we go.
The hand tattoos, she's steady hiding him, but everybody already knows that, they are together, especially when she did a little interview with TMZ, and when they asked her if she was dating 21 Savage, she said, my man, my man, my man. And that's not all, y'all. Here's where things get messy. 21 Savage's wife, Kiana, liked the video of Lotto teasing that she was pregnant and that she is dropping an album. And it's just weird because, he's supposed to be married to Kiana. They have 3 kids together. But
see, and that's what's happening is what these dudes are doing these days now. They're just finding women that are just like, how should I put it? Super pick-me's and basically just emotionally, they don't feel like they're worthy of having a single woman man. So they let them run rampant. Didn't Anton? He has the same mentality of woman this Kiana girl is, where it's like, well, I can't stop him. And instead of looking for a better dude, they just sit there and just deal with it.
But he's dating Lotto and they have a baby on the way. Like, the whole situation is just messy. Now, even though this is messy, it also has everyone thinking, like, is she okay with this? Did she really marry 21 Savage just so he could get his citizenship, so she really doesn't care about it? Like, what's going on?
Wait a minute, he ain't even friend.
I will say this, Lotto is very strategic, especially when it comes to a rollout, but confirming a pregnancy is a big move. So it doesn't just feel like a promo. It feels like, she's giving us something with the promo, like, oh, everybody was already speculating that she was pregnant, and she confirmed it. Not only that, there was a picture that came out, I think, on Lotto's TikTok page or Instagram page, and there was a picture of her with a belly that a lot of people were saying was a prosthetic belly. And it seems like it was her real belly, because if you watch the music video, you can see her with that same exact outfit showing off her belly. But I would like to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on this. Lotto is
my thoughts and opinions is this what marriage is going to be now? Is this what marriage is going to be now? That's the big question. Well, let me put in the mix. Did I still leave her on the list? Yeah, I did.
Already know most Black people didn't grow up in homes when their parents were married. Mine actually were married. My mom didn't get a divorce until I was an adult. It didn't stop her from being a married single mother. It didn't stop my dad from being on drugs. It didn't put him back in the home. It didn't do any of that. It didn't do any of that. None.
So I guess, the point is that it gets to the point with, what's the point? What do you think the whole manosphere red pill thing's about? It's about cheating in peace. Even though they see what happened to Shannon Sharp and Sharon Moore, they still don't care. They just want to be bandits. That's the key. I mean, that's what a bandit is somebody who just doesn't do right.
Oh, that rain is coming down. Oh, that has to be rain in hell. Because that's hitting on my window a little bit hard. Yeah, but most Black people did not come from a home in which their parents were married. They've never experienced or witnessed a functional marriage. Most Black people don't even know other Black people who grew up in a home where their parents were married. So all of their ideas on marriage is not from personal experience. It's because they're told these things about marriage.
Right. Most of the dudes who talk that manosphere BS, they didn't come from a 2-parent household. So they're telling you what they think in their house. Wisdom ain't cheap. Man, all the superstars are showing up tonight. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
Black women want marriage because they're told that people look at you better. They're told that they're regarded. Basically, everything that Black women think about marriage is not an independent thought. It's not anything they witnessed. It's nothing they experienced. It's nothing that their parent experienced. They're going by what they were told. Are there some Black women who feel a way about marriage because their parents were married? Yes. Mind you, my parents were married. Keep in mind, my parents were married. My parents were married since they were teenagers. My mom is now in her 60s. She just recently went and got a divorce. Oh, but you can best believe she was married the entire time. So the interesting thing is, I did come from a household with married parents. I did come from married parents. But the reality is, was my mother still a married single mother? Oh, you better believe she was. You better believe that she was. Was my dad married and outside of the home? Oh, you better believe that he was. Was his family his priority? Absolutely not. Did he care about being a family man? No, he cared about drugs. They were married though.
Man, so we're breaking it down, way down tonight. Let's go and check in on Anton, see what he's doing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to be on him all night tonight because everybody and their mother is reporting on him. But I just want to show you this clip about who he really is. See, the thing is that he came off as this Christian and conservative, but he out here doing shit like a hoe. Watch.
If you're watching the replay,
Let me fast forward this. There he is.
and she's, if you can't put his link, you know.
So let me go fast forward. Where is it at? Here we go. Check this out.
I know I got shit going on. Luckily for me, I do what the fuck I want to do and I don't worry about that shit because I got control over my situation.
See,
to you, but because I died for you, you're able to ask for forgiveness and try to live righteous.
That don't mean that you can justify bringing somebody else into this world just because you had trauma. You have to become a whole person before you bring another whole person.
see how high and mighty he's acting right here? This is really the epitome of bullshit. This is what you call fake. Back in the day, we used to call it just fake because he's doing everything the opposite of what he's talking right now. His actions don't match up with what he really does. Shout out to Deonte. Deonte's in the house. Good to see you, Deonte. Here we go.
When he said this, I just never understood why he said that. Why that came out of his mouth. Pause. You got to be a whole person before you bring another person into this world. Bro, that means you was never qualified to bring a person into this world, bro.
Right.
That's what that mean, that you was never qualified. That what that mean. Shout out to the craft.
Okay, let me go forward a little bit further. Here we go.
Accountability matters. But what happens when the message and the reality doesn't fully align?
He tried to dirty Mac and tried to, you know what I'm saying? The nigga know I'm married, nigga know I got shit going on. Luckily for me, I do what the fuck I want to do and I don't worry about that shit because I got control over my situation.
So basically what he's saying is he just cheats when he wants to. He adds no value to any woman's life. None. Not even the woman he's with now. She's just too tired. Sometimes women just get too tired to leave and look for something better. I feel really sorry for her. I really do. Because this guy he doesn't even feel anything for her at all. Everything's performative for him. So instead of being this so-called conservative and so-called, family man, so-called Christian, he's out here being a hoe.
But what if my chick wasn't familiar with the fact that I got a chick out here with me? That I got a chick out here with me? That I got a chick out here with me?
What is Aroma Labs? Where you parked that, right there?
I park right there. You go and you test out fragrances and make your own perfumes and body lotion.
Now, what I'm about to say, a lot of men are going to say Freezy is a simp for saying what I'm about to say.
No, I mean, there's nothing to say here. What there's to say here is this. Basically, what I'm wondering, Freezy, is how in the F were you effing with this dude in the first place? And that's just not for you, but for all the Lapeef crew. This guy's look, Anton's a straight hoe. If you want to really grade him on the actual actions and the actual behavior, he's a straight hoe. He's a Pookie Rin Ray Ray at best. He's average at best. He didn't earn all that money he's got, if he's got anything. Anton's a bag chasing Christian Republic. Yeah. And I feel sorry for the woman who's in the picture. She does not know what she's getting into.
We're going to have a lot of...
And that's the funny thing is like, so you so high class, bro. You meeting women out in the streets. I mean, don't get me wrong. She probably has more education than you do, but it's just the look, bro. You just a pimp, bro. You pimp women. You're not even happy. In my opinion, you're not. You have no
crazies come in the chat, right? Call me names and all that kind of stuff. But real men don't worry about that, and real women see right through that, right? Let me say that again. Real men don't worry about that type of those type of comments, and real women see through those type of comments.
I understand that, but the uncomfortable question is, why were you fucking with this guy in the first place? Why were you around him in the first place? Back then, when I was roasting this nigga, why didn't you come up to the panel? When everything was was pumping over at my spot. Why didn't you come over there and go, oh, Anton? No, because the uncomfortable truth is, why were you dudes effing with this guy in the first place? Which you is the real you? Is it just for the money right now, or was it just for the money back then? I know. That's uncomfortable. But Anton, no. Anton's a hoe. He got a whole wife at home. Let's see this part right here.
I came today, but I can see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Where you say? You say far?
East.
Where you moved from?
I moved from Houston. I'm from here, but I moved.
Remember now, that's not Misha. He fake as heck. This isn't per se Christian. This isn't per se conservative. Yeah, ho, he's more of a Pookie and Ray Ray than anything.
When'd you move back?
March of last year. So I've been here for a year.
You got a boyfriend? Why you ain't got no boyfriend?
That's not the priority.
Listen, if you want to holler at chicks like this, don't get married.
Basically. So I wanted to play this clip right after I played Cynthia G's clip to let you know that she was right. She was absolutely correct. In fact, let's swing back. Let's swing the block a little bit. Let's swing the block.
Reality is, was my mother still a married single mother? Oh, you better believe she was.
And that's what Anton is. That's what Anton has invented. That his wife doesn't know she's a married single mother right now.
Better believe that she was. Was my dad married and outside of the home? Oh, you better believe that he was. Was his family his priority? Absolutely not. Did he care about being a family man? No, he cared about drugs. They were married though.
And that's Anton. I mean, literally, she's talking about Anton without talking about Anton. That's Anton. He a hoe. You know he's a hoe. Houdini in the house. He's a hoe. You know he's a hoe. Why do I tell you? Because I know he's so. Oh, that was the beat back in the day. Oh, man, Houdini. Houdini. I mean, let me stop. I mean, look, y'all think you got rap music. We had rap music back then. I mean, there was hoes too, but still, you know? You know what I mean? I'm going to turn it up though. Let's turn it up to something positive now. Let's do Michael B now. Let's do Michael B right now. But before we do that, let me swing it over to another hoe. Here we go.
Hey, tell Steve Harvey I don't want to.
Keeping stuff to yourself and keeping it private and learning, when to talk and when not to talk.
These two dudes right here matter to me in a way where, like he say, like if we going through something, we'll call each other because we feel for each other because we know the real person.
Right, yeah.
I know they lying about you online.
Hold on. Not Future is still pressed about Lori dropping him like a bad habit on New Year's. This comes after he clowned the hell out of her for fumbling Michael B. Jordan right before he became an Oscar-winning actor. Apparently, Lori regrets leaving him, and she has reportedly been trying to get back with him even before the Oscar win. But Michael, he wants nothing to do with her. She had one.
Let me tell you something. Michael is in love right now. He is in love. I got it.
One chance with him, and she blew it. Now she'll have to live with that regret. What's even messier about the fact that Future is getting himself involved in this, like he wasn't calling Michael a lame just a few.
Future's messy and he's a hoe. I don't see why he's even. What does Future have to say about a relationship? He's got 10 kids to take care of at least, with 9 different women. Future just needs to stay out of this shit altogether.
Years ago. Now, a lot of people are actually not surprised that Future is doing this, because if y'all remember, he single-handedly made his and Lori's breakup messy as hell, even though she was trying her best not to make it a whole thing on social media. And from the looks of it, he is still not over it yet. Not only that, Michael was actually the one she ended up dating right after ending things with him, so he was pissed about it and decided to diss both her and Michael in his song, Maybach. He rapped in that song, Magic City, I'm the owner. Tell Steve Harvey I don't want her.
I don't get. Rappers are supposed to be hard and they're supposed to be like leaders and shit. But all they do is pissing wine about what they don't have or lost or can't have or somebody made them mad. Think about it. Think about it. These new rappers, all they do is whine that and shoot at each other. You know, YNW Melly and what's not.
There was an extended version of his verse that leaked right when news hit about her and Michael's relationship. And this version was even more disrespectful than the one he put out. In this one, he said, "Must have forgot to tell her daddy she begged me not to leave. Put baguettes on your ankles damn near up to your knees." She did.
See, class. I mean, the thing is being classless and talking shit about people really all that today's rap is about? She didn't run out. I mean, the thing is if she ran out there and goes, "Oh yeah, Future, you know, he got a small baby," or whatever, then I understand. But this dude is supposed to be like the ladies' man, right? He's got 10 kids. What is he worried about Lori for? See, that's what you call low value man. That's low value. I said what I said, breaks it down perfectly. Mike dodged a bullet. Thank God she didn't, get Yeah, he would have been tied to her for life. Wisdom says money, cars, and 304s. Yep. In the house, Miss Flo's Art says they lead with one thing they brag about the most. And even that's fake. Yep. Fake news. Yep. Just tacky as heck. Yep.
He didn't have a choice but to go F a lame after me. Baby, he was dragging her to hell with these verses. And as if that wasn't
Remember,
bad
this
enough.
is a male hoe with 10 people. You don't need to be dragging anybody anywhere. Future. You got 10 women that you made pregnant irresponsibly, 10 broken homes, but somehow you think you can drag somebody in the house. Henry Mars. Get the fuck out of here, Future. Get the heck out of here, ain't you? More like Past. He should change his name to Past because he is the past. All them women have moved on in his life. He ain't nothing but a spermulator. But let's look into who I think is Michael's true love. I do love me some black love. I do. I think it's unattainable, but I do love to see it when I see remnants of it. So let me get right into it right now. Here we go.
Where is she at? There she go. What's up? I love you. Oh man, she's great. She's great.
See, dudes don't like Michael. They can't stand him for so many reasons. They have him, number one, they would call him a simp. He expresses his love to a woman, openly. They are very close friends. And a black woman too, at least 50-50. A black woman too. Let me keep it going.
I get the honor to talk about two very important people in my life. One, Ryan Coogler, and the other is the phenomenal Tessa Thompson. Tessa, you spent over a decade watching me take punches to the face for a living, and you've been nothing but supportive, which is true friendship. So thank you.
Drop in link.
But here's what I think about when I think about Tessa and her incredible journey. She's been making waves since Sundance, jumping into the MCU and playing Valkyrie, the very first LGBTQ+ superhero in the Marvel Universe. And through 3 Creed films, I've watched her build a career that refuses to compromise. Somewhere along the way, life started imitating art, and we play soulmates on screen and off screen. Tessa's been showing up for the work, for her collaborators, for what matters. Now, I'm not nearly as charming or funny or smart as Tessa, but by the grace of God, she's chosen to be my friend. You show up for everyone day in and day out, and that's what makes you who you are, and so truly, truly special. So to see you get your flowers, and for the people in this room to admire you and your work, it means everything. You are.
This is the problem a lot of men have with Michael. Much ado about Michael. He forces bandits to raise the bar. Not just Michael, but men like Michael. Men, good men. Deserving men. Forces bandits to raise the bar. And they don't like that shit.
We don't talk about you enough. And that's going to change. So tonight we're celebrating Tessa's extraordinary performance in Hedda. Nia DaCosta's bold, modern reimagining of Isbin's classic. And if you know Tessa's work, you know this is exactly the kind of role she gravitates towards.
I checked out the whole Manosphere, by the way, and I didn't see any Black men celebrating this Black man's accomplishments. None. Oh yeah, we're here for the Black men. We're here for the Black men. Bullshit. You're there for clicks and views, bro. Let me keep it going. Where's that play? Where is that? Hold on.
Because of the people that came before me, Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, Halle Berry, Jamie Foxx, Forrest Whitaker, Will Smith.
After Michael B. Jordan shouted them out during his Best Actor in a leading role acceptance speech at the Oscars on Sunday night, previous Best Actor winners Forrest Whitaker and Will Smith celebrated MBJ's win on social media.
Can I get this guy, man? I can.
Forrest Whitaker in the last King's
Forrest, who won in 2007, tweeted a photo of Michael and Sinners director and Oscar-winning writer Ryan Coogler writing, "Congratulations."
I've done more. I've shown more features of good Black men on my channel than all the Manosphere has for the last year. They a bunch of bullshit. They a bunch of bullshit. And it's funny because I don't show a whole lot of Black men because this is a Black woman's channel. Just because I am here will not change that. They don't know what a good Black man is. Anton doesn't, because he ain't one. His Lapeef buddies ain't. Kevin Samuels never was. These men you see now on screen, that's what's up. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
Congratulations to Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler on your Oscars for Sinners. From Fruitvale Station to Black Panther, it has been a privilege to witness and be part of this journey with you both. Your storytelling continues to move cinema forward. Yes, so Forrest worked with both Michael and Ryan on Black Panther in 2018. On his Instagram story, Forrest posted the extended version. Congratulations to Michael B. Jordan on this moment.
This moment in this lifetime that I will hopefully carry to the end of my lifetime into the next lifetime. Thank you.
Your dedication to the craft brings depth and humanity to every role you take on.
Here we go. But let me show you really Michael's real love of his wife. Wait. There we go. God, now they're going to get me for that. There he is. He loves that woman. Let me show you. I'd play it, but the music playing. But I got another one. Let me pause that right there. Forgot they played that song. That's a hit song too. Oh well. I'll mute it out later. So we went from Lotto to Class. Okay, where is it? Hold on 1 second, y'all. Is this it? No, I already played this one. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. Well, we'll play this one for now. In-N-Out Burger. I don't blame him. I don't eat there anymore, but I don't blame him for going there. But no, Tessa's his girl. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, no, they're not together or nothing, but that's his girl. That is his girl. I'm just trying to find where I put the Tessa clip. I know I got a clip. Okay, it must have been that clip, but I didn't know there was music to it. But let's just put her on screen a little bit. But yeah. Let me pause that. Yeah. That's his girl. She'd marry him in a second. I mean, don't get me wrong, she'd think about it, but they're really close. Super close. And what I mean is their spiritual connection is the key. So you see Anton out here being a hoe, which is probably why he can't compare to a man like Michael. He doesn't have the character. And then you have Michael. And you would think that all the men here in the manosphere would be celebrating Michael, and because Michael is setting the standard for what a man's supposed to be. And he's not even the best standard. He does what he needs to do to be a good man. Shout out to Darnell in the house. They're going to end up together. I guarantee you. $2 super chat. Thank you, Darnell. Soldier. Let's keep it going. Here we go. We're going to switch off. Remember the Duggar family? I want you to remember the Duggar family. They're a white family and, highly religious, right? Where are they now? Let's find out.
But we are going to begin with new developments in the accusations against members of the Duggar family. 27-year-old Kendra Duggar has now been arrested in connection to a sex assault case that got her husband, Joseph Duggar, arrested earlier this week.
There you go. Remember, they were the Duggar family. They were all Christian and all this shit. And all of a sudden, we started finding out some creepy shit. They still at the creepy shit. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
The Tonatown police say both husband and wife now face 4 counts each of endangering a minor and of false imprisonment.
Uh-oh. Huh. That's not good.
This all took off Wednesday when a sheriff in Florida told authorities in Arkansas to arrest Joseph Duggar for allegedly molesting a 9-year-old while on vacation in 2020. The statement from the police.
That's not good at all. Welcome to the Wookiees and Wayway show. We got a Wookiee here, that's for sure. A Wookiee is like the equivalent of an Anton Daniels, a Pookie.
Here said these new charges emerged as they did their own investigation. The Duggars are famous, of course, for the reality TV series 19 and Counting that centered on their large family. Joseph Duggar waived extradition to Florida in his case.
Yeah. Super religious, higher mighty than thou, and all that kind of shit. I ain't done yet, though. Passport Bro's in the mix.
Estou te dando uma ordem legal para a parede. He's telling you to go to the wall. Para a parede.
From the Razor Ray show.
He's telling you to go to the wall.
Okay. Am I under arrest?
Ele tá preso?
Para a parede.
Ele tá preso?
Am I under arrest?
Ele tá preso?
Você está preso por importunação sexual.
He's saying you're under arrest.
Is that what?
Mão na parede,
Do
por
I have any
favor.
rights?
Ele tem algum direito?
Não. Tem o direito de ficar calado. Você tem direito a um advogado e uma ligação assim que você chegar na delegacia.
Eu posso
See, the gig is up. The gig is up. Sorry, Passport Bros. We know what's up now. Or I should say down. Age group. Children.
Junto? Eu posso ir junto? Eu posso ir junto?
Ele é menor de idade?
Não.
Se ele for menor de idade, você pode.
Eu sou a companheira dele. Posso ir junto na viatura?
Não.
Obrigado pra não.
Ele tá indo pra onde? Você pode me dizer?
Ele vai pra delegacia.
Qual delegacia? Por favor, moço.
I think they caught him right in the middle of it.
Delegacia de plantão de contagem.
Certo.
Você tem documento dele aí?
Não.
Bom dia, Doc.
Você tem documento?
Okay. Like a dog in a cage.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like a dog in a cage. This is how Brazilians treat American citizens.
Oh, wait. Let me make sure you guys hear this. Listen to this.
Got it? Listen up, Donald Trump. Do whatever you want. I'm a Trump supporter.
Delegacia de quê?
He said he's a Trump supporter. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now we're about to find out why Trump started a war.
Listen up, Donald Trump. Do whatever you want. I'm a Trump supporter.
That's nice.
Oh, man, you know I got to make a clip on this one. Let me say it one more time. Let me play it one more time so I can edit it later.
Okay, like a dog in a cage.
Yeah.
Like a dog in a cage. This is how Brazilians treat American citizens. Got it? Listen up, Donald Trump. Do whatever you want. I'm a Trump supporter.
That's nice.
A pedophile saying he's a Trump supporter. I wonder, you know, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Delegacia de quê? De contagem? Você pode me dizer?
Plantão, delegacia de plantão, contagem.
Delegacia de plantão de contagem.
You guys want to find out why Donald Trump started the war? Listen to this.
It started when every European nation, at my request, paid 5%, which they should be doing. And everybody was enthusiastic about it. Germany, everybody.
No, they weren't.
And Spain didn't do it. And now Spain actually said that we can't use their bases, and that's all right. We don't. We could use
Yeah,
their
Spain
bases
doesn't like you.
if we want. We could just fly in and use it.
Not really. You can't just fly in and use it, bro. Sorry. I'll call anybody out.
Nobody's going to tell us not to use it. And as you know, they were the only country that in NATO would not agree to go up to 5%. I don't think they would have agreed to go up to anything. They wanted to keep it at 2%, and they don't pay.
Now, so he starts this war, right? He starts this war because he did start it. Iran was just doing what Iran things do, which is whatever, but they weren't in no war and shit, right? Do you want to know why he started a war? Do you hear anybody talking about Epstein anymore? Right. That's why. Because remember, he used to be, this is him right here.
We should have never been in Iraq. We have destabilized the Middle East.
Wow. What a smart, reasonable man. Let's see what more he has to say.
The war in Iraq, we spent $2 trillion, thousands of lives. We don't even have it. Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate.
Oh, that is very interesting. You know something? As Michael Jackson would say, time waits for no one. This did not age well, Donald.
He's weak and he's ineffective. So the only way he figures that he's going to get reelected, and as sure as you're sitting there, is to start a war with Iran. Great nations do not want to fight endless wars. They lied. Okay. They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none, and they knew there were none. There were no weapons of mass destruction.
Okay, so I'm seeing an
I knew that would get you. I knew that would. Let me play.
anti-war, against foreign intervention, a man who funds himself. This seems like a very good president. Now, this was many, many years ago. But surely this man who seems to be intellectual, smart, reasonable, surely he didn't just switch up on his sentiments, right?
I'm going to bomb the shit out of them. It's true. I don't care.
And this had to be done. They were very close to a nuclear weapon. The regime already had missiles capable of hitting Europe and our bases, both local and overseas, and would soon have had missiles capable of reaching our beautiful America.
Oh, welcome to the stage, Deonte.
Hey, DJ, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. I knew this would get you up here. No.
Yeah, no, I was, man, as soon as I asked you to drop the link, man, my brother had ended up calling me and we were talking for a minute, and I was like, bro, man, no, let me call you back, man, because I can talk to you whenever, man. I got to jump on this live real quick. Yeah. But I missed the Michael B. Jordan. What's going on with the Trump content right now?
So basically, he's been a little bit of a hypocrite. Before, he used to be anti-war. But, when that Epstein thing started kicking in real hard, and he showed up in them emails, if you remember, we went over that. He showed up in them emails like 6 times as much as everybody else, with 30,000 or over 38,000 mentions and stuff. All of a sudden, it's time for a war.
Yeah, you know what? Now, DJ, how I am, like, politically, I have become a conservative more over the last decade. Like, just from the way that this whole society has been going, I thought it was getting too crazy, too far to the edge of the left, But this is crazy, man. This has nothing to do with left and right, Republican and Democrat, because even look at Marjorie Greene Taylor, Tucker Carlson, Nick Fuentes, they were, even Candace Owens, they was hardcore for Donald Trump, especially Marjorie Greene. You know what I'm saying? All four of them, he kicked Tucker out, cuffed him out, and kicked him out of MAGA. And half of the people in MAGA are now split. They don't know if they America First, which Trump started that, and then the MAGA, which just got took over, by the Trump people. But they like, you Trump versus MAGA. Like, even his own base is divided. And the side that's for Trump still, they really only with him because they just trying to save face and just trying to cling on because they too proud and stubborn and embarrassed to say they were wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, because like anything I thought about Donald Trump, like when it came to this, I was dead wrong. I mean, the dude said he wasn't going to go to war. When Trump first got elected in 2016, he promised he wouldn't go to war. He got elected, and not only he didn't go to war, you know what I'm saying? He almost won a damn Nobel Peace Prize for what he did in the Middle East with Saudi Arabia. So I'm thinking like, oh, Trump definitely ain't gonna start no war the second time. Man, this dude gets in here and Israel puts strings on him, and Netanyahu and the Rothschilds and whoever you want to think of is like puppet masters. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it really wasn't them though. It was he needed distraction, and he, as you saw what he said in that clip, he knows that you can use a war to ail, your ratings. And what people need to realize is that his ratings were dumping every time the email thing came up and the Epstein thing came up. He was in trouble. He starts a war. People don't even know how much this war is costing. There was no upside to doing what he did. We're losing multi-billion-dollar planes daily, putting multi-trillion-dollar ships at risk for something he started. Something he started. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I'm just going to say that the thing is, and there's no hard concrete evidence on this, right? What I'm about to say, but it's just speculated that Epstein was a asset, or basically somebody who worked for Mossad, which is basically the CIA spy agency intelligence group for Israel. And his job was to compromise people in these powerful positions, not to get money, but to get things from them that money can't buy. Like, you couldn't pay Donald Trump to send the country to war. He already rich and he ain't gonna risk that. But if you would expose him for having sex with underage kids on video, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That's worth more than money.
Right.
Like, it's actually worse than death in a lot of ways for them, because if somebody assassinated Donald Trump right now, pow, he gone. Well, he gonna have a legacy, Trump the president, whatever you want to say, but he's not gonna be remembered for being a dude who was, running through little underage kids on some island. If that becomes public, that'll be his legacy forever. You know what I'm saying? Even after he's gone, it'll ruin his family and everything. So it's even worse than death in some ways for him if that gets released. So now they actually have something in somebody that's in that chair, and they can make him do whatever they want to do. And he started the war because Israel wants him to. And they want that region so they can control all that region, all the resources, which mainly the oil, so they can control who gets it over on that side on the planet. It's all about control, but they got him. They got their hand up his ass like a puppet master.
I think I'll give you. I'll go with you 50-50. But this is my thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has everything to. Don't get me wrong. You're right about the Epstein connection, but I think that's his primary thing. He doesn't care about America. He does not care about America whatsoever. He cares about what happens to himself. There wasn't enough going on in the Middle East to start a war. They know the one thing that they do know is they do know Iran can take this into the late rounds.
Man, they are getting embarrassed by Iran right now.
Think about it. Think about this. This just hit me. You saw how long Iraq took, right? You saw how long Afghanistan. Iran is way better equipped than those other countries were ever. And he thought he could get this done in 5 days. They might as well just go ahead and just find another way to get the resources out of there. And that's another thing. It's a lose-lose for everybody. There's nothing gained from this. They were literally, every time they drop a bomb, it's literally they're dropping the amount of budget for a whole city. If you know what I mean. To blow up another city. As
our counter missiles, those things they cost a lot more than the drones that they're shooting down.
Boom. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah. Darnell is completely 150% right. I just saw a whole documentary on it, and it's not a few more bucks either. We're talking like. No. Like 3 million and the drones like 500,000 or 30,000. Am I right? 30,000?
I think the drones might be even cheaper than that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not one of them's gone into any school either. One of our $2 million missiles has. Yep, Hyena's got a 20K. Yep.
Yeah, it's bad, man. The thing is too. Oh, by the way, what's up, Darnell?
How you doing?
Iran. Hey, I'm alright, man. Iran was ready for this. They didn't know when it was going to happen, but they knew at any moment it was imminent because they know Israel's been trying to get at them for years. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
yes,
the U.S. they knew was going to aid them, if not be the ones to start it. Like so, but once they saw what happened with Iraq and Afghanistan, Iran started to tool up. It's like if I'm in my house and I'm watching my next door neighbors get pillaged by the same people. I'm not just gonna sit here and just wait for them to come and get me. Next, I'm about to go get weapons. I'm about to go get allies. I'm about to start laying mines. That's why they can't get through the Strait of Hormuz. They talking about Iran that had this shit set up for years. They got all kind of weapon systems and all kind of shit all up and down that shit. Like they come up, they got hundreds of like little these speed boats. And I'm like, oh my goodness, they was ready for these dudes. Yeah. Right. And I'm just gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it alone for a second. Like, especially Darnell, I want you to tell me what you think about this, because it's like this. Everybody keeps talking about China versus America. And we all know that clearly China is the only country that can really bang head to head with America, right? But if that's true, then if we having this much of a hard ass time with Iran, what the hell they think will happen with China? You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Like, that's a problem.
Well, when it comes to Iran, here's the issues that we have. One, Trump never went to Congress. That's issue number one. So he can't commit, full military. He can't commit to a full military might because Congress has power of the purse. Okay, so anytime the president wants to spend some money and wars cost money, he has to go to Congress. If they say no, then it's a wrap at that point, Mm-hmm. But now I'll say this is that militarily we could dominate Iran militarily, no problem. We could remove their government, install a puppet government, no problem. But here is the true problem. Okay, as we're finding out, Iran knows this, and so they're just going to fight the war of attrition. Think about it. When we were in Vietnam, for example, we won every single battle, but the enemy just wouldn't quit.
Right.
Fought to the very last man, to the point where we just said, screw it. We can't win this thing. And eventually the Viet Cong took over Vietnam, or North Vietnamese took over the South, I meant to say, and so now getting them back to modern times with this Iran thing, basically this is a failure of American policy for years. I mean, I would say decades. Okay. Why would you put all your, especially the lifeblood of economies, all in this one area where you have an adversary? I mean, that's the war of attrition.
And see, that's the point. That's the thing, is like a while ago, everybody was getting mad at Obama for just wanting to just chill things out with these dudes. And the funny thing is this is what bothers me. Look, Iran has been wanting to come to the table for a long time. They were ready to work. In fact, they made a deal with Obama, and then Trump got in office and reversed it. Yep. Iran was ready to sell us oil. Do you know how cheap it would have been if they were selling us oil and the rest of that area was trying to sell us oil? They would be fighting not for a war, they'd be fighting to lower prices. We would have benefited. Cool. The problem is I hate to call it out, and I'm not going to even say it's Netanyahu. He's the problem. He's the problem in the Middle East, not the Middle East. And you see how I made it clear? It's him, not the country. It's just him. Because the thing is this: when Japan would remember when we went to war with Japan. We went to war with Japan. We went to war with North Korea. Oh, they ain't going to go to war with us anymore. They're making too much money off of us. Money solves everything.
Well, with China, here's the issue: is we've been squeezing, in a way, these Venezuela, now Iran. We're squeezing the Chinese oil supply.
Yes.
So now
and
we're costing China a lot of we're costing them a lot of money.
Yeah, see, this is the part right here. This is the part where the money doesn't become as important as I keep talking about the power, right? So this is what I mean. If, let's say, Israel and America takes over Iran and then go ahead and take over Syria. Now they run all the Middle East. They cool with the Saudi Arabians and everything. So they got all the oil in the Middle East under control. You got Russia, India, East India, and China, most importantly, who needs that oil for their country, right? For their whole nation to be able to keep going. So if the United States doesn't like something that China's doing, they'll just say, okay, we're going to raise the price on the oil. And if China say, okay, we'll just pay for the higher price, they'll be like, we just not going to give you none. And China say, oh, well, we'll pay you 20 times the amount for it. And America say, no, even if you paid 100 times, we're not giving it to you. So now the money don't matter no more. Now you ain't going to get the oil at all, no matter how much you pay, because it's not about the money. The oil is more important than the money is. So the only other way to get it in is to either bang head to head and go to war for it, or your country just going to fall into, nothingness. That's the whole goal of this. And Netanyahu, he is just like Donald Trump. He's just a figurehead who's sitting in the seat with his fingers on the button. It's a whole group of people. Most of them we'll never know their names. Some of them we know, Rothschilds, you know what I'm saying? But most of them we don't know who these people are. Them Zionists. This is what they want.
You want to know something? I think Iran already won. I'll tell you why. Number one, everybody in the world knows they didn't shoot first.
No.
And secondly, the bottom line is this. That's their canal. let's come on. Let's just it's their canal. So you can bomb them all they want, but sooner they can literally throw rocks and hit boats. You see what I'm saying? The thing is that they have the advantage no matter what type of weaponry we have. They have location. That's what they got. And it's just so stupid. Look how much we are paying to be at war with these men when we could be making money with them. That's all I want to do is just make money. That's all we need to do. That's what makes me so mad. It's like all they want they do not want to be exploited like Africa was exploited. That's the bottom line. And they're just fighting for that. It's not like, I don't know about you, but I haven't been hit by none of their bombs yet. You know? So it comes down to this. It's this dude on the screen is wasting trillions of dollars for himself. There is nothing we're going to gain from this. Do you really think like gas is going to go down to $1? For real?
Oh no. No, we ain't seeing that anymore. We ain't not since I was a child. You know.
Yeah, that's over with, man. You know what's funny, man? I remember when I was a freshman or sophomore in high school. This is 2004, right? Me and my dad was driving past the gas station, and the gas was like $1.75 a gallon, and he was complaining. He was like, I remember he was like, that's high as hell, ain't it, for bitch? I'm looking at it like, yeah, it's kind of high, I guess. I mean, but now I'm like, damn, we wish this shit was 175 again. Like, wow.
Yeah. I had just got my driver's license in 2003. And I remember that, like paying $2 a gallon and complaining about it.
Complaining, you fill your car up with less than $20. Yeah.
Shout out to Koi Chai in the house. Also, I say what it says. We know they are Shell, Chevron, Exxon, and Devon Energy, ConocoPhillips. It's all about greed, my man. I mean, you know, it's all about greed. It's all about greed and selfishness. I mean, treetops in the house. Sounds nice. I was a freshman in 2014. This is probably to you, Darnell. I was a freshman in 2014, and the gas was high. Yeah. Qatar, Henry Mars says Qatar gave Trump a $500 million plane. Man.
Yeah, they did.
See? Oh, well.
Yeah, but we cool with Qatar and Saudi Arabia. You know, that I'm just saying, DJ, that we live in a world, we're so connected by technology, by common, you know, common interests, right? Like we all want to have children. I mean, not all, but you know, in general, people want to have children, raise their families, live a good life, so on and so forth, perpetuate the life on the planet, blah, blah, blah. No matter what language you speak, religion, background, everybody really pretty much wants the same basic thing. We should be in a world where, because think about it, we already trade with each other with no problem. Everybody gets shit from everywhere in every country. If the greed didn't exist, and you know who started the greed was these European and extension Americans. Like, I just call them all Europeans at the end of the day. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Henry Mars says it's more than greed, it's arrogance, narcissistic behavior.
Yes, exactly.
That's part of that. That's the formula of greed.
Yeah,
DJ, you got to get you a soundboard movie Wall Street, Gordon Gekko, greed is good.
Yeah, that was a good. Hey, that was a good speech he made, though. I actually like that. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, this is very frustrating to me because whatever deal we could have made would have been a lot cheaper. I bet we could have made a deal with Iran, not only to get for about the price of one of them planes, the F-15 FCs, the new ones, for the price of one of them planes, we could have sat down at the table with Iran, had us some good cheap old oil, had some good cheap old gas. And then they're not going to start no war. Are you kidding? Why would they want to start a war when they making money? When you making money, you ain't got no problems. You know, then it becomes Netanyahu's problem, his problem. I don't even think, quite honestly, I think generally if Israel wants a war, it's only because they were fooled by Netanyahu, or whatever his damn name is.
It's BB.
Well,
BB Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
the problem with that though, DJ, is I'll be honest with you, it's actually the fault of the British and the French after World War I. If you look up the Sykes-Picot Agreement, after the Allies won World War I, the British and French secretly carved up the Middle East amongst themselves. And during the colonial, the colonial era was coming to an end. So when the countries gained independence, I mean, brand new countries came out of nowhere, like Kuwait, for example. Kuwait was never a country. It actually was part of Iraq, and they just carved it out, said, okay, nope, we're going to call this Kuwait. So now getting to Israel, or at the time it was called British mandated Palestine.
Darnell, let me ask you a question. How long was the Kuwait war? How long did Kuwait go for?
Kuwait?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like how long has it been a country?
No, how long was the war there?
Well, there's only been one war when Saddam invaded back in 1990. So World War I, Kuwait didn't exist.
No. What I mean is this: is that how long was the Kuwait War? The one that how long the weapons of mass destruction war? How long did it start? I mean, how long did it go for?
You're talking the Iraq War. That
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the Iraq. My bad.
That started in 2003, and technically, I guess you could say it's ongoing. I know it sounds crazy.
Said it lasted. The official war lasted 7 months. I know that there was some stuff going on in another country, but so that's 7 months, right? That's a lot of money, my man. That's a lot of money.
That's when George Bush declared mission accomplished. Victory. He landed on an aircraft carrier, and then after that, it was still going on hardcore. Like,
that's what I was saying. It's like, officially, we took it in months, but it was still going on. Hell, I keep in mind, my first trip to Iraq was 2008, and we were still fighting. So George Bush landed on that carrier in 2004.
Yeah, so that pretty much tells you what's going to happen again, because I think we can all agree, Iran, they got a few more weapons than Iraq had.
Hey, DJ, I just want to say real quick, just a note. Now that we're talking about is brought up George Bush, right? Have y'all noticed that I don't believe any member of the Bush family has been in these Epstein files. That's kind of
That's ironic, huh?
Yeah, it is interesting. Like, not the Daddy Bush, but see, the Daddy Bush seemed like he was such a serious. Like, I don't. He just seemed like the only time he ever had sexual intercourse was at 7:15 p.m. on Sunday, right before he went to sleep. Like, so you didn't have to worry about him with little kids or anything. Yeah.
That's right. No, I mean, there's still. I mean, the thing is this. I mean, Bush was really good friends with the Obamas. So really good friends. Like, damn, okay. You know what I mean? So it was, and the same is that kind of. I mean, the thing is this is whether you think he was a good president or not. At least he showed some resemblance of being a human being.
Yeah, because Trump is off the chain, man. Like he's the most totalitarian. Like, this is the drawing the line in the sand president that that I've ever heard of. Like, I mean, if you disagree with one little thing, no matter how much of a supporter you was of him, you done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Marjorie Taylor Greene, she found out the hard way.
She sure
did.
Exactly. Yeah,
And I mean, she was on his team.
Yeah, Treetop says, I've actually seen Republicans from my area bragging that Bush ain't in the files.
Yeah, he's not. That's crazy.
A vile, that's one vile crime Bush didn't commit.
And you know what's jacked up though? It's kind of messed up, but at the same time, you got to lightweight commend him because with all the people on both sides, it don't matter if you're Democrat or Republican, everybody coming up in these motherfucking files. Like, I mean, for him not to be mentioned at all, like, damn, dude, what was you? I guess Laura Bush must have had.
He had done so much other stuff, that he says, okay, I'm to my quarter now.
Man.
Uh-oh. Is that me or you guys?
No, I think that's him. Because I can hear you just fine, DJ, but I think Dante's borging out.
Okay. He probably got a phone call. Dante, you get a phone call?
No, I left my phone in the house. I took my dog out real quick.
Oh, okay. But yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting. The Bush, they're the only ones that, aren't mentioned in there. Well, I mean, of course, Obama, but you got to remember Obama, he was not, he didn't come till after Epstein, saying, so I can understand Obama not being there. But yeah, the Bushes, at least Bush Sr.
Yeah.
Hell, Jr.,
That's irony for you.
Yeah. But I got to be honest, though, out of all the former presidents, Bush Jr., he's been like always out of the limelight. Like he does not leave the house.
He don't leave the ring.
Nah.
Well, if you had a big ass house like he had, maybe he wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but you know how every president after they're, usually they get on the campaign trail and, try to help the next guy or whatever have you.
Mm-hmm.
Bush never did.
Mm-mm.
Well, you remember what happened after he was out of office in that 2008. They didn't want him campaigning for McCain because of, the negative attention. The economy and stuff. So, and you're right, but even after that, he never,
Yeah. 2012 when Romney ran, no support there. 2016, I can understand why he didn't support Trump because Trump in 2016, he said something that, he said, because Jeb Bush said, my brother kept us safe during 9/11. And Trump says on the stage, Your brother is responsible for the deaths of 3,000 people. How is that keeping us safe? He said something Democrats have wanted to say for the longest time, but would never say it.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Trump was an animal in those Republican debates in 2016, and that's
He
really what
was.
got him wrong. He was an animal, but man, he did it the right way when it comes to duping and misleading people. Because here we are on the brink of World War III, and I mean, like even his own people is looking at him like, "Damn, dog, what are you doing?"
All right, let's
Yeah,
welcome
I mean,
to the
because
stage. I said what I said is in the house.
I knew you was coming up too. I was like, I know she coming up for this. Too
Yeah,
much
hey
political
everybody.
talk.
Yeah, I was trying to stay in the chat, but y'all brought me out, to start talking about my stuff. So, I had to come on up here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right, right. But let me just give you the stark difference. Yeah, Bush was a crook, and he brought the economy to the brinks. So he couldn't help McCain because he had a stain on his name, from the Iraq War and from remember he collapsed the economy. Remember, Obama had to rebuild the economy back up because Bush had everybody just jacked up. Now I'm not mad at Bush. Because when Bush was in office, you can get anything you want. It was like a candy store. And so I'm not mad at that because I was able to buy a house and a car when he was in office. That's how freely the money was going. But he was also filling his pockets up also, though.
Yeah, affordability. You're right. Affordability was a lot
great
better under.
Well,
compared to today.
Well, compared to today, yes, but it wasn't even really about the affordability. It was about the extension of credit, and just like traditionally, when you purchase a house, you're supposed to have 20% down, right? And your credit score is supposed to be what, 700 plus. Well, Bush dropped all of that. You didn't have to pay 20% down, and your credit score could be 600, and you could still purchase a home. And that's when we had remember, that's when the houses crashed. The housing market crashed because of Bush. Nobody knew who owned what because they had a bunch of junk loans because they allowed what are those brokers? They allow brokers to do loans.
Yeah,
and that's
derivatives.
Yeah, and that's why so many people lost their homes and stuff. And so nobody knew who owned what. Remember when Obama was in office? It was like Trump always saying it was a mess. It really was a mess when Bush left. So he couldn't help any other candidates, get in office because his name would have drug the ticket down. Now, Trump, on the other hand, he's a con artist and he don't care. Okay.
Yeah, but you remember former President Carter, though? I mean, the economy was in the toilet when he left office. You had the Iran hostage crisis. I mean,
they was embarrassing him. They was embarrassing him every day. Remember, they was putting hostages on TV every day.
But here's the
thing,
but here's the thing: Carter was well respected after. I mean, he was the go-to guy. Anytime you had a sticky foreign situation. You sent in President Carter.
Because he had foreign policy leadership. He knew what he was doing foreign, as far as foreign policy go. And even some of the policies in America, he just wasn't he wasn't a flashy type president, and he wasn't, he didn't look presidential, He had a peanut farm, He was a plain Jane, he was just a plain Jane farmer. And so, and that's how that's why we're in this situation we're in today, because we want somebody that's got brash and style and talk a lot of crap. And we don't need our president like that. We need our president to be smart, steady, and thoughtful like Obama and like Clinton.
Man, Obama was like the Democratic version of Ronald Reagan times 20. He was the smoothest, because like Ronald Reagan was a smooth ass dude, but this dude, Obama, was like smooth. He was off the cuff. I mean, like he had swag. I mean, the dude. Did you ever see him play basketball? I mean, even the way he shoots the ball, like I'm like, he don't shoot like a stiff ass, you know, like uppity black dude. You know what I'm saying? With
Right.
that went to Harvard or something. He shoot like he just walked off the hood or something. Like this dude, Obama was the man. You know, like he was very, I call it talented. You know, because it's like you said. I said what I said. Like nowadays, every presidential cycle that we have really started from when Clinton got in office, really before then, but really when Clinton got in office, when it really started to take off with the internet and the TV cable and all this stuff, like you have to be more charismatic, more your public persona is more important than what your actual, you know, mental state is and demeanor for being fit for
And
office.
education, because Bush was a C president. He made a C in college. He wasn't that
Yeah,
smart. Bush was not that
and
smart.
see, the only thing I got to say about that is, which is still bad, right? Is that
Mhm.
people who don't get good grades, even I don't give a damn if it's middle school, high school, college, especially when they get into college, right? Most of the time, it's because they was just lazy and didn't want to put in no effort, which is still bad, right? But it doesn't really
Well,
always mean that they're not, you know. Because remember, Bush got kicked. He got kicked out of. Didn't he get kicked out of Yale or Harvard? One of those schools,
No,
yeah.
and he was
no,
one of
he
the.
didn't get kicked out. I don't think.
Well,
His
He
grades
got
were poor.
arrested. Or something. Yeah,
well, he was
No, he got
arrested,
it.
yeah, for being drunk.
He
Yeah.
yeah, DEI or DUI. I said
DUIs.
DEI.
But
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
let me say this to counteract what you're saying. You don't have to be smart to be a president. Trump proves that, right? What you have to be is a leader, and you have to make good decisions. And if you get people around you, because Bush wasn't all that smart, but he had Condoleezza Rice. He had
Yes, he did.
what was the Colin Powell? He
Oh,
had smart people around him. And as long as your team is smart, then you can coast it and you can cruise it. The problem is when you get in your own way and you start making decisions, you stop listening to your advisors and you want to make all the decisions. And that's the problem that Trump have. Trump could be a great president also, but he doesn't want to listen to anyone. He doesn't want to hire anybody that's smart because he wants to be a con artist. And if you hire people who don't know what they're doing, then you can take advantage of the system. And that's basically how Trump has been rolling, and that's how he is able, to grift off America the way that he's grifting off of them.
Yeah, he wants yes men.
Yes, and
Yeah,
he has yes men.
Mm-hmm. Pete Hegseth, Secretary of War now. Used to be Secretary of Defense, but now I guess War now.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is the ultimate yes man.
And he was a Fox News, and he was a Fox News commentator. So how is he going to be over war and he was a Fox News commentator?
Well, I'll tell you, I'll give you one even better. I mean, when he was only a major in the Army, that was it, a major.
Yeah.
How do you go from major to Fox News commentator to SecDef?
Right, that part.
What makes
But even Tulsi Gabbard, look at her. She's over the intelligence department, over the CIA.
Yes, that's another one.
And she's been accused and allegedly, a Russian spy.
Mm-hmm.
People have said that she was a spy for Russia, and so she haven't been trusted, for years. But he put her in the intelligence office, over the national intelligence, over the CIA.
Yeah, she's definitely another one because I just remember this whole DEI hired thing, and we wanted to make sure people are qualified. And I remember saying, well, what about Trump's people? Not one. There was only Marco Rubio may have been, and there might have been a few others I felt were qualified, for their positions. I mean, Pam Bondi on paper, I felt was qualified as Attorney General, but
wasn't she the Attorney General in Florida too, though? Pam have experience. She has experience, but the money, the power and the money and the grifting is all taking precedence over everything with everybody, because even those people don't have to be smart. Okay. But you have had people that's been in the government for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years. They knew what they were doing. And all you have to do is, have your team help you lead or what have you. And like I said, you don't have to have the experience that you have to have a
Yeah.
good team around you, because nothing works without a team.
Mm-hmm. Well, but those people are gone, though. You said, been up there
Yeah.
40, 50 years. Majority of those people are gone, got replaced by, extremists. So I would say
Right.
on both sides. For
Right.
the right, it's MAGA. For the left, it's, they don't have a organization, but it's, what
Now,
do they
don't
call
put that
it?
on the left. The left didn't get rid of nobody. Trump got rid of everybody. Trump and Elon Musk hollowed out the whole government. And that's why nothing is, working the way that it should. And I really hate to see what the country is going to look like because of Doge and because of Trump hollowing out so many people. Remember, he got rid of the people that do the nuclear codes. They had to call those people back. That's how stupid they are.
Oh, sure. I'll give you a worse one than that. Pam Bondi fired her pilot.
Yeah.
And then
No,
had to
that was
rehire
Christy
him because
Nome.
she was stuck.
That was Christy Nome.
Yeah, you're
The
right. I'm sorry, I got it
DHS
wrong.
secretary. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for. To help you out, dog. But no, that was
I
Christy
appreciate
Nome,
it.
and now she's gone.
Yep, you're right.
Her and her
Mhm.
boyfriend, Corey Lewandowski, he's gone also. He got fired a couple weeks ago. And so, like I said, they don't want to dot the I's and cross the T's. They want to do what they want to do. And I feel sorry for them because they better hope that Trump don't clock out before he get those pardons together. Okay.
Mhm.
And they have to continue to kiss his butt so that they can get a pardon. And that's why everybody's just, running rapid and just doing what they want to do and running the different the different entities in government the way that Trump want them to, because he's already more than likely and allegedly promised them a pardon. Even Corey Lewandowski was going around bragging about he can do what he want to do because Trump is going to pardon him. And that was, supposedly that was one of the reasons why he got fired.
I thought it was the affair that he had with
That too. But he also was running around telling people he can do what he want to do because he was going to get a pardon. Because Trump is going to pardon him, but only Trump want to be, he want to be the star of attention. He want to be the center of attention. And if he decide to give you a pardon, he want that to be his decision, not you going around bragging about it. Because he want to be in the spotlight. Nobody else could be in the spotlight other than him. He want to be in every spotlight except for them Trumpstein files. Now, when it comes to those Trumpstein files, he want to take a whole back seat on that. Yeah.
Yeah, he don't want to deal with that. And I got an interesting little theory about that. The pardoning. I believe that Trump is going to pardon everybody who needs one, like you said. But I also think that you heard what he said about Bill Clinton being deposed a few weeks ago. He said, "I hate to see that. I didn't like that happened to him."
Yeah, because he know he
I'm like,
needs.
I thought you hated this dude. I'm gonna tell you this. I think if anything goes down with anybody really big, like the Clintons or anything, and Trump is still in office, I think he's gonna pardon them, no matter how bad it is, because I believe that if that happens, whoever the next president is, if Trump was to get in trouble in any federal way, no matter what it was, even if it was the Epstein stuff, even if it was a Democratic president, they would pardon him because they all got each other's back.
Right.
Like,
And that's the one thing I don't want. Like Gerald Ford pardoned Richard Nixon. You shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done that, because that, to me, that's saying that some men are above the law. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you why he didn't want Bill Clinton to be deputized. He didn't want him to go in. He didn't want Congress interviewing Bill Clinton, because Clinton got secrets on him too. Okay, Clinton was there with him.
Yep.
Okay. And Clinton don't seem to mind to tell what he did. So apparently Clinton didn't do Clinton didn't do as much as Trump did. So that's why he said he hate to see Bill Clinton. He hate to see Congress doing a deposition and interviewing Bill Clinton. And also, it sets a precedent. So when the Democrats be in charge, they can bring him in. So that's them are the two reasons why. It's not because he's so much feel sorry for Bill Clinton or he's so in love with Bill Clinton or what have you. It's just that he's trying to protect his own butt. CYA.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there is a fraternity. See, this is something that the most of us um we just won't get. It's like Dan Aykroyd said on the Tommy Boy movie. He said, what the American public doesn't know is what makes them the American public. You know what I'm saying? Is that they are in a fraternity, these presidents.
Yeah.
And it don't matter if you're Democratic or Republican. When they done being president, don't they all show up together, kicking it with each other? Hell, we saw at the funeral Trump was kicking it with Obama. That's what I'm saying. Like they're going to back each other up every time when something major like this happens. That's personal and not political. Like
yeah, but did you notice? Other than Obama at the funeral, right? Other than Obama, nobody else didn't even say hello to Trump. Nobody.
No, I noticed that.
Yeah, they avoided him like the plague.
Yeah, I noticed that, but I'm telling you, like I believe that they will back each other on that situation, and they'll also. I believe that the reason why Clinton was so cool in his deposition, he was laid back, laughing at the files and questions and shit when they showed the tape, is because Trump is what he's doing right now in this war in Iran. It's not just for him. They're not just going to expose him. They probably said we're going to expose all of y'all if Trump don't do this. So,
but it's
Trump
just
is
not
probably
America.
doing this for-
But Darnell, who's this? Deonte. It's
Yeah.
just not America involved in this. It's foreign leaders all over the world that's involved, and so that's why they're trying to
Yeah.
shut it
Prince
all
Andrew.
down because it's not just America. It's everybody.
No, you're right. And look at what their countries are doing. We the only country who have not arrested anybody who was in these files. You see France, it was like 3 or 4 other countries. I know France was one. Like they starting to arrest. One of these former prime ministers killed himself.
Yeah.
And he was just alleged in the file. There ain't even no proof that he actually did it. He just in the file because you don't start arresting people and you definitely don't kill yourself if you don't think that something's gonna come out because you did some shit. Just like you don't go to war for nothing because
the King of England gave up his own brother.
Right, but at the end of the day, though, but at the end of the day, these other countries are running their country like a country. We have a criminal in chief, okay? So what do you think a criminal is going to do? A criminal is going to do some criminal shit, and that's just how it go. And they're going to cover up for the other criminals. That's what criminals do.
Oh, I agree with you, but I think that how we were just talking about Bush a while ago, right? Like when Bush was in office and the crazy shit in the war and all this stuff was happening, we was on Bush's back. Talking about he the one and it's him, and he the one. And now we doing the same thing with Trump. And then after Trump is done, in 4 to 8 years, whenever the next person gets in office and something crazy happens, we gonna be on them because they're literally right what they say. It's not the person, it's the office, right? And what I mean by that is like we can put everything on Trump right now, but he's not just making these decisions on his own. He's doing this because he's being manipulated, he's being blackmailed, and he's got a whole group of people that's really running everything that's on his back,
Trump
and they can do
don't
worse
care
things than him to just kill
nothing
him.
about that Trump don't care nothing about that. Trump is CYA. He don't want to look stupid in the American public. He's, he goes around and calls himself the strong man, and he's supposed to be this and he's supposed to be that. He wasn't even a millionaire, really a billionaire, until he got in office again and he started grifting from the American public. He didn't even have the money that he said that he had. When he became the president the first time, that's when he actually really was a real millionaire. The other times he was a millionaire on paper. He didn't have no liquid assets. He just had, assets.
He couldn't even borrow. It was so bad he couldn't even borrow money in the States. He had to borrow money from overseas.
Russia. Yeah. So he bankrupt everything that he touch, and so he's not an effective leader at all. He's not even an effective businessman. Just almost everything that he's created has crumbled except for his golf courses. In some kind of way, they're hanging on. But Letitia's trying to go after one of them golf courses, so I don't even know if he's gonna be able to keep those either, because she says she want her money in New York. So she's trying to get them one of those golf courses that he have in New York, right? In New Jersey. I think it's in New Jersey, where his golf club is at. And Tish James is trying to go after that. And so, like I said, Trump is just nothing but a con man. And
Yeah.
And he's no better than Bernie Madoff, in my opinion. And so
I agree.
he loved to set precedents, and he want to be first on everything. So he should be the first president to go to jail, in my opinion, since he like to be first for everything.
I have to agree with that statement. Like, I had wanted to say this for a while, where you guys had said about when Gerald Ford pardoned Nixon. I had to disagree with you guys only because I think, like, as far as Ford doing that, I understand why he did what he did. He was like, hey man, we got to just move on. And
but that's that of Trump though. But when you do stuff like that though, him and Bill Clinton, Nixon and Clinton is the reason why. And I love Bill Clinton, don't get me wrong, I still like him. But he defiled the presidency when he had that girl doing what she was doing and got caught with it. Okay. I don't know why the hell to this day I can't understand why the hell she kept that dress and didn't take it to the cleaners. Instead of getting our boy caught up. Yeah. But
I don't believe that was, okay, listen. To me, I didn't care about that, and I don't think most people cared about it.
Well, let me explain though. Let me
think he did worse things than that. No, I'm not saying he was. Yeah,
but
go
let
ahead.
me explain why I say that's what led to Trump and why he's able to do what he's doing, because they tried to impeach him and Congress shot it down.
Yep.
Yeah, because that was not a reason to get. He did. It was consensual. He didn't force her. He didn't make her do it. Like,
yeah, but Dante, the problem though is he lied under oath. He committed perjury.
He lied under oath. And she was a subordinate. And you can't mess with when you're the president like that. You can't mess with aides and things. You can't mess with the people that's underneath you.
Yeah, I'm not. But
it's like your supervisor. Your supervisor can't date none of the co-workers.
It's a different thing when because for that's the real precedence that was set, is that because when he got impeachment is really just an indictment. You know what I'm saying? It's not like but nothing happened. They kicked it out because it's like, we're not about to kick this man out of office or anything like that because he lied about it was wrong, Mr. President. They slapped him on his hand with a ruler like it was 1945 in grade school, made him apologize to everybody, and everybody was like, okay. The worst thing that he really did when he was in office, one of them, the biggest thing to me for the country, because this affected everybody, not just black people, was NAFTA, allowing that to happen. I believe it was NAFTA, right? The North Americans, when
that's what did all the jobs. But you have that was bad, but it's the precedents that you set. Because see, you degrade the office. You prior to that, remember, people looked up to the president as if he was almost the Pope. Remember, the president had a high standard set. Everybody listened to the president, and everybody revered the president as the highest paid person in America. And so once you start tainting the office, then anything goes. And here we are today, anything goes.
Yeah, but the office been tainted before that. Like it's. I'm sorry, Darnell. I'm just saying. I just want to say, like, him getting that done right in the office and lying about it. The reason it really didn't even affect his legacy that much. If you think about it, I mean, none of us look at Bill Clinton and be like, "Oh, you just the worst mother freaking." He's still getting invited to the barbecues and cookouts to black people at the NAACP awards every other year.
That's
You know
because
what I'm saying?
we forgive people. Yeah,
Yeah, you forget.
and you're absolutely right. He really didn't do anything that all. You heard the first part of the show when DJ was talking about how men were dominant over women, how they were the breadwinners, and so they just treated women like crap. And it's the same thing, Uh, at the end of the day, when it's like when you set these precedents, then the next person is just going to take it further. So really, Kennedy, because remember Kennedy was messing with Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. Oh, he had more than just Marilyn Monroe. I was getting ready to say that.
And they knocked her off, allegedly. She came up gone. And so really Kennedy kind of kicked it off. Then here come Nixon with his mess. Then here you turn around and here come George Bush bankrupting the economy and putting all the money in his pocket. And then, and then you have Clinton, doing what he did. So each president is downgrading the presidency with their scandals. Each time you do something,
I'm sorry.
But each time you do something, you downgrade it more.
Well, but the thing is that, I think the only difference between like Clinton, for example, and then some of the presidents of the past is in Clinton, during the time of Clinton, you had the internet, versus back in the day, you didn't have the internet. So it was real easy to keep affairs, quiet. Okay. Like we just discussed Kennedy, not Eisenhower, but what's his name? FDR was another one. That man was in a wheelchair, had a mistress, and he was in a wheelchair. You had Johnson. Johnson had a mistress. Warren G. Harding, supposedly, it's never been confirmed, but the rumor is his wife killed him, poisoned him allegedly, because of an affair. So every president's been
FAFO, baby.
I believe every president. I believe every president, for the most part. Yeah, I could be wrong on maybe let's say 10% of them, right? So it's been what 40 something, 50, let's just say 50 presidents, 5 of them ain't cheap. I believe. I believe most of them.
We're at 47 now. We're at 47.
Yeah, I just rounded it up just so you know what I mean. I'm just saying that basically, and it don't bother me if it happened, even because the thing with Bill Clinton is that what Bill Clinton's scandal versus everybody else's scandal in office, his did not affect the country at all when it came to the money, when it came to the safety, when it came to the progression of the country. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just it was more entertaining, and your feelings might have got hurt.
It embarrassed his wife. What about his wife? It embarrassed her.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, but that's one person compared to hundreds of millions.
Is he the main person though?
No. When you are the leader of something, I don't care if you're the CEO, you're the president, the king, you are the one that the buck stops with you. That means you make the final decisions and you take all the blame. So your decisions and leadership is affecting everybody. If you make a decision that hurts one person's feeling but helps everybody else, you got to make that decision every time because you can't entire group because of one person.
Y'all keep saying this one person like this wasn't this man's wife.
We talk. You know what I'm talking
and I understand. I understand y'all talking about the country, but I'm talking about what's going on at the crib.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying because I'm just saying that at the end of the day, if everybody on this live right now had to vote between if all of us would be affected financially and every other way, you know what I'm saying, by a decision, or she just or his wife just being hurt emotionally, we'd pick her every time.
Well, it stained her though, and that's one of the reasons why everybody, a lot of people, do dislike the Clintons because of what Bill Clinton did, and in my opinion, it stained Hillary also.
No,
Yeah,
It
but
stained her. Yes.
don't forget about the death, murder, homicide, allegations, and all that other stuff. Like the Clinton, it's like because Hillary still became a senator, and then she was appointed to what was that?
Secretary
Secretary
of
of
State.
State, and she's the first female. I believe she was the first female to win the nomination, right? And
No.
then,
No,
she
yeah,
wasn't.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't.
No. What's her name? Madeline.
Yeah, didn't somebody? I can't
Madeline
remember.
Albright. Is that her name? Madeline Albright. I think she was a Secretary of State also. I believe. Let me look.
No.
And she won a nomination.
No.
Oh, nomination for president. Oh,
yeah.
No, because we had the black lady that won the nomination, and we had
But I think Deonte means by a major party.
By a major party. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
by either
we've
Dems
had
or
other
Republicans.
women.
The first.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But either way, she still was able to do that. And she didn't lose to Trump because of what Clinton did, what Bill did. And she didn't lose to Trump because she was a woman either. You know, she just lost because of what happened when, like, leaving out of all that crazy liberal stuff. But I don't think that hurt her career politically. I think it just embarrassed her, but shoot, she you know, they not just married for just love, it's a business.
Yeah, I think she kind of ruined her own chances when because here's a problem that you had. Like Hillary Clinton always had a bad reputation. Okay, she was always seen as
why?
Two-faced.
But why?
Because of the decisions that she made. For example, the Iraq War. She was Hillary the Hawk. She voted for Iraq. They got weapons of mass destruction. We got to go in and we got to take out Saddam Hussein. She was cheerleading on the left to go into Iraq. And then 5 years later, she's running for president. Oh, Iraq was a mistake. We never should have went. And all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Is Hillary the Hawk, Hillary the Dove? You don't know who you're getting. She's basically. She really didn't stand. Whatever was popular is what she would stand for at the time. So that's why I say, she did things like that. And then, okay, let's take 2008 when gas prices were going through the roof, kind of similar to today. Everybody got up there, when every candidate was asked, what are you going to do to bring gas prices down? Everyone said the same exact thing, including her. Oh, we're going to do a gas tax holiday. Like that's going to actually do something. That ain't going to do shit. Barack Obama was the first and only guy to get up there. And this is what I think brought Americans to him. He was like, that's not going to work. He's like, I'm going to be honest with you. There's really nothing I can do as president to bring down gas prices. All we could do is more, air up your tires, buy a more fuel efficient vehicle.
So let me ask y'all this. If you had to do it all over again, after knowing who we have in office now, would you prefer Hillary Clinton over Donald Trump, or would you prefer Donald Trump?
Hillary Clinton.
You talking about like right now? Well, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton, like if Trump wouldn't have took us into this crazy nonsensical. I thought he was going to end what happened in Ukraine and Russia. Instead of doing that, he went and started something.
But why would y'all put y'all faith in him, and he had over 500 million people passed away with the
500 million people?
Hold on. Let me finish up. Why would you put faith? Well, whoever voted for him, why would you put faith in someone that took out over 500 million people during the C-19 era? Because he did nothing to try to mitigate that problem. Obama had a playbook for him that he did not use. Over 500 million people passed away in America, and they put him back in office for the second. I guess to take 500 million more people out. I don't know. And I guess they're not missing their aunties and uncles and grandmas at the damn Thanksgiving dinner or what have you. That's the part that didn't make sense to me. Forget about everything else he done. Just the fact that you didn't keep the American public safe, and you're a criminal, you convicted, you're a criminal, and you put a criminal in office over a black woman that's totally qualified because she was the vice president. Now make that make sense.
Yeah, well, actually,
hold on. I just want to say, like,
wait, hold on one second.
Still...
I'm going to shout out. I just want to shout out to Miss RV and shout out to Phoenix Soul and Henry Mars in the house. Okay.
And yeah, and it was 500,000, not 500 million. My mistake, Henry. It was over 500,000 people passed away.
No, I just want to say this. This is what I was saying this whole time about they've been trying to get into Iraq. Like this situation that happened, right? Like you can tell because it came out of nowhere. Trump wasn't talking about these people. They hit them dudes last year with that bomb that supposedly, because remember they said that they ended the Iranian nuclear war thing, right? Their facility, last
Trump,
year.
he just went in there. He just went in there, undid everything that Obama and Biden didn't do.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when they bombed Iran last year, right? Trump and everybody said the military
in
dudes,
June when he said he obliterated everything.
They said they obliterated it. They'll never be able to make. Man, you tell them, and then less than a year later, you come on TV out the blue talking about. I mean, he ain't even look like he believed what he was saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then that's when I was like, yeah, this ain't something that he's been planning on doing. I'm totally locked into the fact, well, not the fact, but that
I think he wanted to do it. I think he wanted to do it. And you know the reason why? Same reason why they obliterated Gaza, because they want to put golf courses and hotels and make it. You know, I don't think that he knew how huge Iran is. I don't think he think Iran had the people that they have. Because remember, he was thinking it was going to be like Venezuela, going there within a week's time. It's going to be over with. Like, sir, you're dealing with somebody totally different, and now. He better be careful, and he better worry about sleeper cells that's in America now, just like we had them when we went to war with Iraq. So I feel like we're in more danger than he feel like we are in.
No, I agree with that.
I got to be honest with you. And I hate to sound, morbid, but I believe this is the end of America as a superpower. I think.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the end of it, because he's done messed everything up. So yeah, nobody really NATO don't even really want to be bothered with us anymore. He cried on TV. Oh, I don't need NATO. I don't need NATO, but I do need them, and they ought to come on and defend themselves. But we don't need them. Like he said that all in one post. Like, sir, do you need them or you don't need them? You said you want to get rid of them, and where's your board of peace? What are they doing for America? Because you remember you set that up too.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that his, when it comes to NATO, because and I think it was kind of a dick move on President Trump's part, first of all, to initiate hostilities. And now you're demanding your allies come to your rescue. The thing is, though, too, at the same time, those countries, because they're more dependent on the strait of oil that comes out of that strait more than we are. So it's like you're forcing our allies' hands. Like, hey, man, you're screwing up our economy here, man. This is your mess. Why don't you fix it? That's what I want to tell. That's what, if I was like the United Kingdom and all these other countries, that's what I would tell them. I'd say, no, go F yourself. You started this. You fix it.
Exactly. Well, he said he did need them.
Well, now they're talking about possibly sending some of these European countries, possibly sending navies to escort vessels through.
They crazy. Ain't nowhere in the world.
I mean, well, but think about it. If you were president or prime minister of one of these European countries, you got no choice. What choice do you have? Oil is the lifeblood of your economy. Yeah. And if a majority, you get your supply, majority of your supply goes through that strait.
But I thought everybody was welcome except for Israel and the USA.
Everybody what now?
I thought everybody can still go through Hormuz except for the USA and Israel.
Well,
I thought Iran said that everybody can go through there except for the United States and Israel, and there was one more country. I forgot who it is. What other country?
The U.S. has always gone through there.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying Iran. But I'm saying now that we're in war, And now that Trump has started all this crap, Iran said that everybody else is welcome except for the United States and Israel.
That's smart. That's a very smart move for Iran. They're clearly there. The thing is this: they're clearly not trying to make. They are doing a very smart thing because they're not acting like there's some wacky, crazy country that just wants to blow everybody up. They're like, look, we're here to do business. You know, we're here to make some oil money. If you guys want to buy some oil, come through. That's what they're saying. The thing is, and I think they're going to start winning. This is the weird thing is I think Iran's going to start winning the world over. I really do. Because they know, everybody knows who started it.
Right. Well, they said Iran that they're negotiating with other countries, right? And everybody they want to negotiate with everybody except for us, Israel, and our allies. Whoever is considered an ally of America, then you can't go through that straight.
Well, that would be just about everybody. In Europe. Yeah.
But are they still are they still our allies though? That's the whole thing.
Yes.
Even though we're in NATO, are they still our allies?
Yes. I mean, it's in the name, North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Yeah, they need to drop that ally thing and make some money.
They won't drop it, but I think I think the world, they might not have officially said it, but every country that Trump has asked, the allies, even these European countries, to join him in this battle, whatever he want to call it, mission or whatever against Iran. He don't want to call it the war. They all said no. Yeah. I mean, and then he talked shit about Spain, Australia, France. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's like, dude, if they told you publicly that they not about to join you and go into war with this country that you started for no reason. I mean, did you see what happened with Japan the other day? The female prime minister, I forget her name, from Japan, she came to the White House and she said to Trump, she said, I didn't even know y'all was going to attack Iran. Why didn't you tell us? And Trump was like, why didn't I tell you? Why do you gotta tell us about Pearl Harbor?
You did say that. I've been wanting to. I want to see that clip because I saw that. I read about it, but I didn't see the clip.
This dude,
her eyes lit up.
He's a fool. My dude Donald Trump was like, "Man, I'm gonna come back." I'm like, "That was the craziest junk ever." This dude is a straight up asshole, you know.
Yeah.
But hey, and you know what's funny?
What did he tell her? Because I didn't see it.
Okay, so she said to him, they in the White House in the press conference, she said to him, when you guys attacked Iran, I didn't know. Why didn't you tell me about it? And then he said, well, why didn't you tell us that when y'all attacked Pearl Harbor? I'm like, oh my goodness, dude.
My God. He's so stupid.
Yeah.
He said Japan is knows all about, right in front of her, knows all about sneak attacks.
Yeah,
hey, y'all, I found the clip. I'm going to play it right now.
Oh, yeah.
We are now almost 3 weeks into the war in Iran, and it's not going great. Oil prices are surging, our planes are getting shot out of the sky, and now Pete Hegseth is asking...
I got to pause it for 1 second. Shot out of the sky by us, by our allies.
$200 billion to fight this war. And they say women be shopping, huh?
Damn.
And on top of all of this, our allies are angry that Trump started this war without consulting them. But of course, President Trump is smoothing things over with his trademark charm.
Why didn't you tell U.S. allies in Europe and Asia, like Japan, about the war before attacking Iran?
Because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay. Pearl Harbor. Okay.
Hey, you know what's funny about that though is that these people hate whenever black people bring up slavery in America and how the first presidents was all slave owning rapists, racist. But it's cool for him to go ahead and tell the prime minister of Japan to her face about talk to them about Pearl Harbor. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause the same thing they said, well, that was our great great grandparents that was doing y'all in slavery. We would have never did that. She can say the same thing to him. That was my great great grandpa Mean Wing who did that shit. I wouldn't do that. That's what's crazy about it.
Right.
Oh man, I never thought of that, Dante. I would not have thought of that.
Yeah, but you know, that's the first thing I thought of when I heard. Well, I mean, I laughed first, honestly, but then I thought about what he said to her, and I'm like, wait a minute. But if she said, but if we ask you about slavery, you act like you trying to erase it out of schools like it didn't happen.
Yeah, but if that was if that was a man, that if they would have sent a man over there, I don't think he would have talked to that man like that, because see, he have a real bad habit of talking crap to women.
True.
He always want to downgrade a woman, talk crazy to him, talk his shit to women. But when it comes to the men, it seemed like to me he put his thumb in his mouth when he around a man. He don't be puffing his chest out like that.
It's only three men.
You remember when
unless they're not in his face.
You remember when Zelensky came to the White House?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he puffed the chest out against Zelensky.
Yeah,
bad.
because he think he's because he's bigger than Zelensky. Zelensky's a little short guy, and Zelensky he went hard on him. Yeah, because he young and he's attractive, and he's everything that Trump can't be, and Trump can't stand that. And the man is fighting a war like the Vietnam, like you said a while ago, Darnell. They wouldn't give up. Well, Ukraine ain't giving up either. No matter what they have, they work with what they have, and they're staying in this war. And Putin thought the same thing. He thought he was going to go in there and just take over Iran and Ukraine and go take their land. And he thought it was going to be a quick, simple war. And now he at the FAFO stage because Ukraine is not giving up.
No, it's I think that Trump also talked crazy to the South African president, but it's the only three guys that I've ever seen him not talk crazy to, and it is President Xi from China, Putin from Russia, and Netanyahu from Israel. And I ain't never seen him talk crazy to Kim Jong-un. But man, when they was together in his first presidency, he was like sunning Kim Jong-un. The way he was like walking him around the White House and he was bending over like, you want to talk to the media? Like he was a little kid. That was funny, man. But
with his thumb in his mouth.
Yeah, him and his daughter over in Korea shooting bombs off. Hey man, that's a hell of a way to bond with your daughter. You know what I'm saying? Shooting bombs. But anyway,
well, she's gonna be the next leader, though.
I know, that's what I said. Like, but yeah, Trump don't care if you a man or a woman. This dude, he only respects real power. And when he got in the White House, he felt like he had all the power, and he met a few people who had power as well, and some more power than him. Because power can come in all forms. It's not just money. It could be the weapons. It could be how many people you got. Or in Trump's case, the power against him is information that they got on him that they can prove, evidence, and all of them. That's what keeping all these people lined up. That's why we're in war.
Dante, I don't disagree with you. I mean, you have a very valid point that, okay, yeah, there's certain people that out there, because now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, he's never criticized Xi Jinping, Putin, of course, and I forgot he did criticize Kim Jong-un a few times, called him Rocket Man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He said things about Putin and just you're right. He never said nothing crazy about President Xi. Really, nothing crazy about none of them. Just little stuff. But he got like a kid like thing with Kim Jong Un because when they was in person at the White House, it was kind of like
he was fascinated. He was fascinated. That's why he tried to do that parade last year to try to have one of them Kim Jong-un style parades, and he was actually asleep at his own damn parade.
Our parade did not
I
look
didn't know
good.
I didn't know he was asleep, but to Dante's point, what G has over Trump is, I don't know if you guys remember, but during his first term, he negotiated some kind of secret deal for his daughter, because his daughter has some kind of clothing brand manufactured in China.
And we owe China a lot of money. We owe China a lot of money. So that's why
They
he's
never
not
gonna-
stepping back at them.
China's never going to get even a quarter of that money back, and they know it too. That's really just for the public to know about, but because it's something bigger than the money that America is going to give China if they ask for that money, and China don't want that.
Well, China's already started selling U.S. debt.
Yeah, the bonds, yeah, and then the debt, yeah, they just selling it, yeah, like China. What do they call it, Darnell? BRICS, right? Like the Britain, Russia, India, China,
Yeah,
South.
Brazil,
Yeah, so
South
no, you're right,
Africa,
Brazil.
and then
Yeah.
Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and then they're talking about adding Mexico. They call it BRICS-M.
Yeah, like so. Yeah, so they already building what the next World War III is going to look like, and what the countries are going to be like. Y'all said something earlier about America not being a superpower no more. I think that if we go to a World War III and it doesn't end in the nuclear holocaust, which I don't think it will, and I hope it doesn't, because I'll tell you who's going to press the button first. Okay, and he and he's it ain't going to be an Asian person, put it like that. But as long as it doesn't go that way, we lose the war. I think we end up being number 3. It'll be China 1, India 2, and then America 3. And the reason why India will be over us, even though they don't have the same military power, is because their economy and their tech is just going to be it's going to overwhelm us.
Yeah, their economy is the fastest growing economy in the world. It's even, let me correct that. It's the fastest. It's one of the top fastest growing economies in the world. It even grows faster than China. So that's why they say India eventually is going to become I believe it's by 2050. They suspect India is going to be the number 1 economy.
They're gonna be they're gonna have the top spot.
That's what some economists say. Yes.
Well, of course, we're not gonna have the top spot because everybody in America operating on a damn 8th grade education, and so the majority of Americans are operating on 8th grade education. And so, how can we be the superpower when we're not even building up our own economy? We're not building up our cities. We don't have anything modernized, or
the infrastructure.
And we don't even remember. When Elon Musk was in the White House with that Doge crap, and Georgia had people come in from China to help them figure out the chips in the Georgia dealership for what's the one that begins with an H? What's the name of them? The car company. Hyundai. Yeah, Hyundai. Hyundai was supposed to come in and show us how to build the chips for the cars. And Doge started trying to ICE went in there and started trying to arrest the people. So the people left Georgia. They left Georgia and didn't even show us how to build the chips. And so we have to have other countries. We have to have other countries to come in and show us technology. So we're definitely falling behind. Definitely, most definitely. And our kids can't even make change from $1 without the cash register.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What I said is that India has.
Oh yeah, it was from South Korea. Henry, it was from South Korea is where they came, where they come from, and they started trying to, and you know they was going to show us how to build these chips, and them fools went over there and started trying to deport the people.
Yeah, it seems like every time we try to do something, you know. That's what Trump does. It's like he likes shooting himself in the foot all the damn time. Like for years, we've been building, you know, because you had mentioned infrastructure, you know, and you know, we all know, let's face it, American infrastructure is crumbling. It was all built in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. You know, It's crumbling. It's not very well maintained. There are other smaller countries, hell, Korea's internet is like 10 times better than ours, so I mean, that's just something. You got countries in Africa with better access to, to internet than we got, so, but, our bridges are falling apart, and it's like, okay, Obama invested in a lot of the infrastructure. Joe Biden tried to invest in infrastructure, and you mentioned chips. Biden signed the CHIPS Act, which I'm not going to lie, my town here, my city, I should say, we benefited heavily from that. Intel, a lot of people don't know this, but I think Intel was about to go bankrupt, had it not been for the CHIPS Act. What does President Trump do? Oh, no, just because Biden created it? Oh, no, we're going to destroy the CHIPS Act. So that screwed over Intel, and then not only that, but then, so now you got all these data centers. Our power grid is a joke. Do you know China has a better power grid than we got?
Yep.
Like, because ours, I think, we have to keep only, I believe it's like 20%, reserve, create 20% more than what we use. Okay. The Chinese, I believe it's something like, I want to say like 100%. So they keep on reserve 100%. So in other words, these data blackouts and things, so all this infrastructure, like the building of these data centers, it's causing stress on the economic grid. And remember what Trump did. Trump took away the Clean Energy Acts. So all these solar farms and wind farms that were getting built, they just stopped.
And you know why he don't like windmills, right? He keeps talking about the windmills is causing cancer and it's bad to have and the bird. Well, supposedly when he it was one of those, I think it was Scotland, when he put a golf course over there, they had windmills on his land, right close to his land. So he got mad because it was ugly, it was, I guess it was downgrading the decor. And ever since that happened, he's been opposed to windmills because of that reason. So he bankrupt, he messes up our whole wind energy and clean energy because he got a myth about the windmills because they were close to his golf courses overseas.
But the problem, ma'am, is when you do that, now you got to find an alternative, because we still need that power. Whether it's clean energy or dirty power, and you can't just build a power plant overnight.
Well, he said coal. He said he gonna clean up coal, and I've never heard of clean coal, but he said we're gonna have clean coal. Remember?
Well, Obama used that lie too. I got, as much as I like Obama, Obama was the first president I heard use the term clean coal. But it doesn't exist. Yeah. It was when he was campaigning. We're going to clean up our energy. We're going to clean coal. And it was basically, he was trying to win over votes in the coal mining states.
West Virginia.
Yep.
Tennessee. Those areas.
It was basically a lie that there's no such thing as clean coal.
It's clean coal technology.
That's what they call it, but all it is they just put a filter. That's it.
Yeah, carbon. Well, it says carbon capture and storage.
But they've been doing that for years.
But they still got to go in those mines and get it, though, don't they?
Yeah.
But it's the burn off that
they can do.
Yeah, so it's still a danger.
Yeah, I mean, but anytime you're going after natural resources like that, are going to be deep in the earth, and they're going to be in places that's been untouched for millions of years, especially like diamonds and gold, but even the coal, so that's the thing. But I just want to say with China, the reason why China was able to catch up to America so quickly and then outpace it is because they don't have the same free enterprise market system that we have over here in business. All the companies in China have to basically let the government inside and have some kind of control or hand on the steering wheel. You know, like if all of us decided to start a company right now in China, and especially if it became big enough to become national, commercial, or international, especially the Chinese government gonna step in. They might not completely take it over from you, but they're gonna watch every single thing you do. They're not gonna let you make certain decisions. Everything has to be for the betterment of the entire nation, not just for your individual company. In America, the individual companies don't have to have America in their interest. Otherwise, they wouldn't have sent jobs overseas. They wouldn't be hiring foreign workers, none of that. And that's what's been killing our country. So China, what some people think what China is doing is fucked up to the much control that they have over the people and companies. And I think it is. But at the same time, they then created something that ended up being better than what we had. So I don't know what to really think about that. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, well, the issue is the dollar being the world reserve currency. See, that's the reason why things go overseas is because let's say we devalue our currency, right? If everything runs off the U.S. dollar, that means that's less dollars than everyone else have to pay their bills. The other countries have to pay their bills and for their economies. So the dollar has to be at a certain price that let's call it, okay. And like I said, if we were to devalue it, then it could not be the world reserve currency anymore because there wouldn't be enough dollars to support the global economy. So you got no choice but to really, ever since we went to the global market system like we have today, you got no choice but to, because labor is always going to be cheaper. The only way we could compete is if we were to cut wages.
But the dollar is already at 86 cents on the dollar right now anyway, so it's already downgraded.
But see, the reason why the dollar was the world, when the dollar was the world standard, and it's only been maybe little less than 5 years since it was really, really number one. Because now it's shared. It's not just the dollar by itself. But before, when it was, that's what made our dollar strong.
It's still the dollar. It's been the world reserve currency since the Bretton Woods system, 1947.
Yeah, except for we just talked about BRICS. They are trading with gold and oil and even freaking Bitcoin at the same level they're trading with the dollar. So for them, it thins it out. Even though the rest of the world is still trading with the dollar, look at how big those powers are, those economies are in that BRICS system. And because they don't use the dollar at the same by itself, they trade with other things. It's weakening the dollar with them, which weakens it with us. Because all the other countries combined don't have as much buying power and money power as those 5 or 6 countries do. Just like how if you add up all the money that 99% of the people have compared to all the money that 2% of the people have in America, the 2% has just a little bit more than the rest of us. That's crazy, but that's how it is.
Yeah, but the thing is that as far as they're still using the dollar over gold. Just kind of recently started getting used by, I believe, China and a few other countries, but they just started. The only country that
the dollar is still the dominant currency.
Yeah,
for now.
The only country.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say there's only a handful of countries like Russia, for example. Ever since they've been sanctioned by Obama, that's when they started using gold and other. They wanted, well, they used to use the ruble, but they can't, or they wanted the ruble. Excuse me, because they can't.
They want
but the thing is,
nobody else wants it. Nobody else is using it with them.
Yeah, I mean it's tanking in value. So
but if we keep on, hell, the rubber gonna be it's gonna come to the forefront, and we're gonna be at the bottom of the totem pole. We keep messing around with this dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
The rubber gonna be more than $1 by the time he
Hey,
get out of
man,
office.
yeah, it's like look, I just gotta say, I done told sorry, DJ, I'm thinking about my brother, TJ, but me and DJ done talked about this before, like, and I think we did too, Darnell, like, I've traded currencies, and I've been watching gold for the last 5 or 6 years, right? And it has more than doubled from when I first seen it. It was still in the 1800s, you know what I'm saying, per ounce. It's like, I don't know what it is now. Let me see.
About 5,000 roughly.
Oh my, yeah, it's like like 4,600, yeah, over $5,000. Like, and the reason why it went up so much isn't because they just found a bunch of it. The less of it is, and the more people want it, obviously makes it, worth more. These countries are trading with it more. Like, so it's like if all of us only trade with the dollar, then the dollar is going to be strong. But if we start adding in other currencies in our trade, now we trading with the dollar, we trading with lollipops, we trading with bottles of water. It weakens all the other ones, but it really weakens the dollar.
But
That's
look
what's
at
going
what
on.
but look at what Agent Orange trying to do. He's trying to bring the Bitcoin into foreplay.
Yes, the reason why,
He's trying
the
to make that.
reason,
He's really trying to do that really, really hard and strong, and which is going to weaken the dollar if he get his way.
the reason why he's trying to bring, it's not just Trump. He's the one who has to do because he's the CEO, right? But the reason why they're trying to bring the Bitcoin into play nationally, and all of these banks are trying to start their own private coin too, especially what's the boy's name? J.P. Morgan with Jamie Dimon. But the reason why they're trying to bring Bitcoin into play is because he sees that the most powerful countries in the world economically, like China and India and Saudi Arabia, they are trading with Bitcoin, and we not. So it's making Bitcoin stronger, it's making the dollar weaker, and it's making gold stronger. But Bitcoin is a new player in the game. It wasn't made by some weird dude who they don't know in some private group. This was made by some entity that wanted it to become a national or international thing. And it's happening. I can't believe it's happening.
There's a rumor Epstein is actually Satoshi, whatever the
Man,
name
this
is.
dude's not Satoshi Nakamoto, man. Like,
That's the rumor.
Yeah,
Just a rumor.
I know it's rumor. This was started to see. That's why you think these are fairy tales. It's like Santa Claus. You think really one dude made Bitcoin and then he disappeared. By the way, his Bitcoin wallet is still public. His Bitcoin wallet is worth billions right now. But anyway, and he just disappeared one day and never touched his money. And now the whole world is using it. Man, no, this was something way bigger that had to be planned by a lot of people from different places who came together to agree upon this. But either way, it's making the dollar weaker.
Well, Dante, if you remember when Bitcoin first came out, who was using it? It was people in narco trafficking, human trafficking, basically things that you didn't want reported to, Uncle
The
Sam.
underworld.
You know what I mean?
The underworld.
Yeah. Y'all, you know what, man? This is why I love y'all, man. You know why, DJ? You know what, man? I'm a super geek. Y'all done messed. Let me just say real quick. That was the beta test for Bitcoin. And you're right. Remember, what was it called? Silk Road, Darnell? Where they started that? Yeah, they will do. Yes. That was a beta test. Just like whenever you create a new product, they release it to the public, right? They do their own testing with a couple hundred people, but you never know how it's really going to work until millions of people touch it. Apple, PlayStation.
Sorry to interrupt. Darnell, don't be reading my chat trying to act like you an intellectual.
What you mean?
I said that first. Bitcoin 10 years. Darnell, don't do Darnell. Darnell. You better give me my flowers, Darnell.
Hey, I mean, great minds think alike. You know?
Nah.
Baby, she came in hot.
I'm on Darnell ass.
Wow.
Okay, I'm
He
gonna go.
did say it. I
Apologize. Let me read my chat, Darnell. Try to act like he got some.
He up here being intellectual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cyber Dreams, what's up? I haven't heard from you in a while. You come on here going at Darnell. I'm like, wow.
Well, Deonte, I want to ask you, well, how did Sam Friedman Bitcoin? Why was his money so worth so much? Why was he so high valued? And why did all those stars? How was he able to manipulate that money from everybody with his little Bitcoin crap?
When he started FTX, yes, Sam Bankman-Fried, man, that dude, he was very smart, but it ran up so quickly. This is what happens in these times. Like it's like a little rapper when he make a song in his mom's basement at 18 and it goes viral, and then 2 weeks later he on the Summer Jam stage and Jay-Z said, he ain't ready for it. He might have had the talent to do it, but he wasn't ready for that, and he got greedy and he made a huge mistake.
But he made it out of a Ponzi scheme, though, didn't he?
Yeah, well, everything. Yeah, I don't want to say everything is, but it's a Ponzi scheme. But yeah, basically, it was a legit coin. He had it going for a while. I mean, but what he did was he took the money from the investors. People, when they will buy their FTX coin, which was the coin to his company, and it ran, and so many people bought the coins that it ran the market price up to billions of dollars, right? Like $40 billion, 30, 40 billion, something like that. And he took and they kept their coins on the website, on his site in their servers. It's like if you keep your money in the bank instead of taking it home. Digital currency, crypto allows you to keep your own money. You are your own bank. You don't have to have you can keep it, but it requires all this complicated digital wallet stuff. So most people don't want to deal with that. You keep it on the server, on the website, in their account. So he took their coin without them knowing. It still showed that they had the money there, but he took it and he put it in another market and like gambled with it basically, and he lost the money and didn't tell them. So
it's called a carry trade. He did a carry trade that went south,
which is what happened with the housing market in 08. What happened with all of those loans they was given to everybody, including, as Obama say, Pookie and Ray Ray. They was all getting these crazy loans.
And I said what I said.
Well, I'm talking about the people who wasn't able to pay the loan, like people who was working minimum wage at McDonald's was getting $300,000 loans. Like,
yeah. Bush gave you plenty of money, baby. He let you have whatever you wanted.
What happened was the banks took those loans with people who had terrible credit and they knew was probably going to default, and they gave them to brokers to use that as collateral to buy stocks in the market. And what happened was
they're called CDOs.
Yeah,
collateralized debt obligations.
Yeah, exactly. So what happened was, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, because I was just gonna say the same thing. They just bubbled them up and sold them to different people. They bubbled them up and packaged it and sold it to different lenders, and people didn't know who owned what.
Yeah, and what happened was the foundation of all of that was on the average American to keep paying their damn loan off. And when all of those loans defaulted, because they gave out too many loans to too many people who they knew couldn't afford them, but they was making so much money that when they defaulted, the paper became worth nothing. It was nothing.
But Dante, that was the beauty of it, Dante. The thing in their minds at the time, they didn't even care whether you defaulted or not. Why? Because AIG was supposed to backstop it all.
Exactly. And they what happened with AIG was the insurance company for other insurance companies. So all these insurance companies couldn't pay the insurance on these loans that was defaulting. AIG couldn't pay the insurance companies that was defaulting on their shit to them. And if they collapsed, if they would have collapsed, and the banks would have collapsed, and the economy would have collapsed, and everything would have been totally effed up.
It was. That's exactly what happened. But also, Nobody knew who owned what loan. I'm telling you, man, my lender changed when I purchased that home in 2006. I guarantee you, and I had that house from 2006 and I sold it in 2019, 18. So from 2006 to 2018, I guarantee you I had at least 6 different lenders that had that loan.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
The how they got rich was the default, right? So all they did was pass the buck to someone else who wanted to buy the loan.
Yeah, and they wasn't charging taxes.
Yeah,
and that's how they got a lot of
rich on
people in.
default.
Yeah, and that's how they got a lot of. That's how they defaulted too. What's your name? I forgot your name. The female that's speaking.
Cyber
Is that
Dreams?
Cybers? Yeah, Cybers. What happened was they will let you, and this is how a lot of people were able to afford these houses for about 5 years, right? They would let you buy the house from the brokerage company, and you didn't pay your taxes on that. And so when that 5-year mark came, everybody taxes was, the bill came due, and that's how a lot of people went into default, and that's how they crashed the economy, because people couldn't pay those big house payments. Like I know people that were in like 2-story homes, 5 bedrooms, house way more than what they needed, and they were only paying like $1,000 for it. Because they defaulted the taxes for 5 years. They deferred the taxes for 5 years, and then after that 5-year time came, and you had to pay all that money up front, it started making people default. And if I tell you, half of the people that bought a house that I know, house went into default, they lost their homes. Even when I purchased my home, they tried to do that with me, and I was like, I don't want 2 house payments. No. Put my taxes in there. Let me have 1 house payment, and forget this brokerage company. I'm just going to go through the regular entity and go through the bank. And that was like one of the smartest things that I could have done, because I would have been in there with those other people that lost their homes also, if I would have took that lower house payment and not paid my taxes for 5 years.
Yeah, it sounds like they were trying to get you to get a what do they call it? Secondary mortgage or something? What do they call it? It's
HELOC?
Yeah, HELOC, home equity line of credit.
Yeah, that's exactly what
that's what it sounded like. Yeah, they were doing that to a lot of people. They were practically trying to give money away.
No, they were. Here's the best part about it, right? The reason why the banks did this, even though they knew that most of these people they were giving to were going to default, is because the way it works with a bank is, if you start a bank and you have $1 million in cash that you can loan out, right? The Federal Reserve will allow you to give out loans up to 10 times whatever you have. So if you got $1 million, you can give out $10 million worth of loans. So that other $9 million you giving out to people doesn't exist until they sign the loan. Now you created 10, like let's say I go get a $100,000 loan. That $100,000 did not exist in the bank until they gave it to me. Now it's created. So if I default and I only pay $10,000 on, let's say, a car I bought, right? And they take my $100,000 car and I got a $100,000 loan for it and only paid $10,000 for it, and they end up auctioning it off for just $5,000. You'll be like, well, damn, dude, you really only made $15,000 off of this $100,000 loan. And the bank would be like, no, dog, see, that money didn't even exist till we created it. So we actually made a $15,000 profit. If he would have actually paid back the whole $100,000 loan, that's why we would give him the credit just for keeping his payments on time, because every payment is real money coming in on top of the created money that we gave out to them, and they'd still be able to get their commission off of that. They were getting commission off of all of these loans they were giving out to people that they knew they couldn't pay back, because if they default on it, the person who got the commission in the bank who created the loan, that ain't got nothing to do with them. It goes up the line, as you said, until it hits an insurance
So I have a
company.
question then. So basically you're saying that the money didn't exist, right? But it hit people's credit report. So why did the banks bail them out if the money never really existed in the first place?
Well, the government bailed the banks out.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I misworded.
That's okay. But the government bailed the banks out so that the banks wouldn't collapse, because just of what Deonte just said, because it was fake money anyway. And then Obama set up a whole plan where you could refinance your house and
Man,
go
that's
through
the biggest scam ever.
Go through the
yeah.
government and go through the government, and that way you'll know who owned your home. Because, like I said, a lot of people didn't even know who their lender was, and some of those lenders actually went out of business.
Yeah, a
Because
lot of those
they
was
packaged it, they bubbled and packaged all these junk. Obama called them junk loans, is what he called them. He said it was a bunch of junk loans in the market, and nobody knew who owned what.
Did you guys watch that documentary? I think it's called Too Big to Fail.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta be too big to fail.
And that was AIG. That's who AIG was. They said they were too big to fail.
Yeah, Too Big to Fail was good. And then there was one I forget, it was two other ones. What was it called? The Big Short is another one. And then the other one is called
that was Michael Burry's fund. He
Michael
shorted
Burry.
those mortgage-backed securities.
Yeah, exactly. He was the only one who saw it. Now, he wasn't.
No, there was another person, but he hired Alan Greenspan, the former Fed chair who built the House of Cards. His name was Hank Paulson, not Hank Paulson, John Paulson. That was his name.
Hank Paulson was the.
No, Paulson was the one who bailed us, but Paulson was one of the ones who figured it out, who helped us get back.
No, but it was John Paulson ran a hedge fund.
Yeah,
he ran a hedge fund, so it's a different Paulson.
Oh,
okay.
He hired Alan Greenspan.
Yeah, like see, all of these people were all like I don't care if it's President Trump, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, George Bush, all of the Treasury secretaries that we've had, most of them were all Wall Street bankers before they came over. Like these people have worked in the public, in the private, whatever you want to call sector, before they got the public. But what Cyber was saying earlier, it is a scam. That's why it's called fiat money.
I'm just saying, because from what you're saying, Dante, you said the money don't exist until the bank say it's existing, right?
Until they make the law, then it exists.
So if it's defaulted, right, and then the taxpayers bailed out some money that they said that they had was the biggest scam in American history. That's all I'm saying.
Because see, what he's saying is, like, if you purchase a home and like he said, it's $100,000. Well, if you do $100,000 loan and you do it for 30 years, you're supposed to wind up paying what, $300,000-$400,000 for that $100,000 home. And so that's why the banks fell under, because people couldn't make those payments. Once that balloon payment kicked in, then that's when the fraud kicked in. Because they were okay. They were okay long as the balloon payment wasn't due. And once that balloon payment started being due after about 4 or 5 years, then that's when everything started collapsing.
Yeah, that's called an arm. But for Cyber Dreams, just to give an example of what Dante is saying, if you have a can of beer or soda in a clear glass, all right, pour that can of beer or soda in a clear glass, right? Just pour it straight in there, right? And you're gonna see it foam up, right? And basically, it's like it gets full faster when it's all foam, it's all fluff. That foam is it's nothing. It evaporates. You'll notice when the foam starts and it settles, it starts to go down and down and down. That's the real money. So what Dante is saying about that money that doesn't exist, that's the foam.
And here's the thing too. The reason why everything started collapsing was because it got too much where the bank couldn't justify it on paper that these people were not paying their loans off. The loans were defaulting, and they couldn't cover what these brokers had took to put into the market. So then they had to get the insurance to cover it, and the insurance started covering every bank all the way up till it got through the subsidy. That's what some of those companies you were talking about. I said what I said. You said it was like a multiple companies that had the loan. Some of those were subsidiaries as well. Some of those were ones that just bought the loan, and some of them was underneath another bank, and they failed, and then it went to the other bank that was higher than it, until it hit the mother bank. Then the mother bank had to go ahead and put in the insurance policy. And they got all the way up to where the insurance company was going to fail. And if AIG would have failed, it would have collapsed everything. So what did the government
They did fail.
It did fail.
And what did the government do? The government went to
Bailed them
the
out.
yeah, and how did they? This the beauty. This the best part about the fiat money. Cyber, you gonna love this part. You want to talk about money that don't exist? At the top of the pyramid, when all the shit failed and all the fake money couldn't be paid off, the government went into the treasury of the United States, into the basement somewhere. It was an all-white room inside of a big ass vault. And what do you think was in there? I'm gonna tell you what was in there. It wasn't money or gold. It was a little laptop computer. And they motherfuckers went up there and pressed 1,000,000,009 times and hit the button enter, and $1 trillion appeared, or maybe it was 2 trillion. Wasn't it?
No,
Almost.
it was $787 billion.
Yeah, well, yeah, basically, yeah. They entered the money that didn't exist, created it digitally. They probably printed off about 10% of it, 10 to 15% in cash. The rest of it was digital, and they just gave it to the banks.
But
And then
also
they gave
too,
us
though,
stimulus
but,
money.
but also part of that equation too, though, Deonte, the banks didn't have the money that they said that they had. Also, remember
Yeah, no,
the valuation
From
of
what
the
I'm listening, it makes me think about this debt that the politicians keep talking about. Oh, we in this debt, we this debt. If the money is fluff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can we apply that same logic to this our debt? That is
No,
fluff.
because our debt is to other countries. Our debt is to we owe other countries money.
No,
but we're still the largest holders. We're still the largest holders of the of our own
Bonds.
debt. Like I think, 70-80% is actually held by the American people. So we're good there. But the problem is, it is getting out of control, because now it's like the debt. I think American GDP is what, 30 trillion. We're now approaching 40 trillion in debt.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the fluff is coming in, and it's unsustainable. You're going to get to a point. Anybody remember Greece?
Yeah.
Yeah, Greece went broke because they had I think they were like 3-1, so their debt was 3 times what their economy was worth. So all that stuff was just fluff.
Okay, what was
And
that?
they just ran out of money.
Paris that they lost them people 401ks, because what you guys are talking about making me thinking about a lot of this stuff is the same game, same tricks.
No,
I don't know if it was Paris, but them people were in the street protesting because they lost their 401ks.
Yeah, that was in France. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their pensions were insolvent. Their pension funds went insolvent.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But some of our banks went insolvent also, because remember, they got caught slipping. When the housing market crashed, the banks got caught slipping, and the Federal Reserve couldn't back them up, because the banks, just to say this, some of the banks like Chase probably said they had $20 billion or whatever, but in actuality, they didn't have no liquid assets. They had $20 billion worth of probably loans worth of paper. It's all in paper, and people owe that money. And the way the banks make money is when you put money in the bank. So if nobody have any money to contribute to the bank, then the bank is not worth what they say they were. And remember, most of the banks, Wells Fargo, Chase, and it was one more big bank. None of their evaluations.
Citigroup,
Citigroup, Bank of America.
None of their money matched with what they said of what they said they were worth.
So this is why they keep pushing up the age of retirement.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they want people to get because they. No, go ahead.
It's basically a Ponzi scheme.
Everything. That's what I'm saying, Darnell. I almost said it earlier. I didn't want to. Almost everything dealing with money, especially in banking, is definitely a Ponzi. They need more people to put money in than they're able to actually have and put out.
Take out.
Yeah. Yep. So if all of us right now went to our banks, everybody in the country, and wanted to withdraw just 30% of whatever we got in the. I don't care if you got $1 in the bank and you went there and said, I want 30 cents. If we all did it at one time, the banks couldn't do it. They would shut down.
They will
Let alone
collapse.
all of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's
Well,
what
Yeah.
happened
you're
to
seeing it.
AIG too, though. But AIG was backing all these, like you said, they were trying to do insurance and back all the back all these mortgages, but AIG wasn't worth the paper that they were on. Also remember, most of the financial entities didn't have the money that they said that they had.
None
And
of them
that's
did. Okay, it all works. The same criticism that people are giving to crypto, like what happened at Sam Brinkman Bay's. I'm sorry, Sam, whatever his name is, SBF. Yeah,
Freeman.
Bankman-Fried. Yeah. Well, yeah. The same thing that happened is that everybody was putting all their money in his accounts, on their accounts on his platform, which is basically a digital version of his bank, right? Instead of keeping their own money. He was taking their money from them while it was still in their accounts, which, whatever. Like, this is what banks will do in a lot of situations too. So that way they won't have to owe anything back up to the ladder to the Federal Reserve. But they just count on the majority of the people not taking their money out, keeping it in there. Like, why would they? Honestly, I guarantee none of us do that. We not keeping 90% of our money, even half of it in cash in the damn mattress. It's in a bank somewhere. So like most of
you would be a fool if you were to keep it underneath the mattress or even in a checking account. You would be a fool because inflation erodes the value of your money.
Would you though
All you
in
gotta
this
do
economy?
is not
Yes,
tell
ma'am.
nobody you got
Because-
that money under your mattress.
Right,
Oh,
but
yeah,
because at the end of the day, I'm ready to go get mine and put it under the mattress because I don't trust this economy and the way that we're going. I don't know if you'll be a fool or not.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not calling you a fool, but I'm just saying, basically,
Yeah, I understand
inflation.
what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, inflation is going to eat the value of that money underneath your mattress. So basically, in about 30 years, that $100 that you shove under your mattress today, in 30 years, is going to be worth, you'd be lucky to get $10 for. It's going to have the same purchasing power as $10.
I was thinking about investing in yen.
The Japanese yen?
Yes. I don't know.
You mean like for
the yen,
they have Oh, go. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They have I mean, it is known as a safe haven currency, but I'm wondering for how long. They have the same problem we do. Take a look at
what Trump is
debt to
doing,
GDP ratio.
They're making it where you gotta, deal with the oil in yen.
I didn't know that, but what I was going to say is that, see, the problem is Japan is now a different country than what it used to be. The reason why it used to be a safe haven, Japan had what they called a pacifist constitution. After World War II, they didn't want to be involved in any more wars and things of that nature. So basically, if you put your money in Japan, it was considered
what's China's
safe.
currency called?
Yuan or renminbi.
Yeah.
The problem with China, putting your money in China, is because of controls. It doesn't freely float. You know what I mean? Your two best currencies, I would say, to buy would be the Swiss franc or the Singapore dollar. Both of them freely float, and the Swiss franc just always historically, and you can look at any chart since the 70s, it always just goes up in value. It's the ultimate safe haven. Now, I will say this, the problem with the Swiss franc is their interest rates are next to nothing. So you're not going to make a lot of money in interest, but you're going to make a lot in currency appreciation.
So you got to keep it in there. You have to keep it in there for 10, 15, 20 years in order to see any profit from it.
Correct. long time. Like a lot of people that buy Swiss denominated, stocks denominated in Swiss franc, for example, they call them bonds. Even though they're stocks, some people refer to them as bonds. Like companies like Nestle, for example, that's actually a Swiss company. Technically, they treat it as a bond. It really doesn't do a whole lot. Doesn't really go up or down. But over the course of time, they pay dividends and stuff like that. You make a lot of money off the dividends.
And the Swiss money is backed by most of the world's most valuable currencies, though. That's why. I mean, everybody banks with the Swiss in some way, whether it's the private banks or the government.
That's because it's the ultimate safe haven. Remember, the Swiss, they haven't been in a war since the 1800s. They're always neutral, and they don't run deficits, so they don't borrow and spend money. That's why it's the ultimate safe haven. That's why it's always going up. Whereas, say the dollar, for example, even though
Oh no, go. I'm just saying, everybody. The Swiss is like the world's greatest escrow holder. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows. Like if China and America hated each other and had a bet for $10 trillion, they know that they could both put their money in Swiss bank. You know what I'm saying? They'll hold it for them in escrow, and they know it'll be safe, no matter what happens between the two.
That's why all the rich people put their money in the Swiss. They have all the rich people have the Swiss accounts.
Yeah, well, we have different banking laws too. I mean, they don't go for bank fraud like nobody goes for fraud, of course, but it's a lot more lax than some of the things that we have. But shit, honestly, America, man, we such criminals over here, man. Like you can get away with so much stuff over here, like. It's damn near like the illegal stuff is legal as long as you don't get caught. And I know that sounds obvious and stupid to say, but that's how a lot of people, live over here. And even these white collar, Wall Street bankers do that. So yeah, but yeah, Swiss basically is like Darnell was saying.
So Dante, the Swiss don't let you do overdraft fee.
Oh,
they don't let you go there.
Now, sis, you got to stay on the budget with the Swiss. Sound like
you got $30, but you want to pull out $100. They don't let you do that. Right?
You gonna spend them $30 you got, and that's it.
You see over here in America, they'll let you go into debt for anything. They allow overdraft, and they gonna charge you for.
All right. They encourage it.
Yeah, I mean, you could borrow money now to buy McDonald's.
All right.
Yeah. Like they don't play over here, but it's not like
that overdraft got people out of some jams. You know what I'm saying?
And that overdraft also got people thinking like, oh, I can just overdraft. You know what I'm saying? Like it really discourages
encouragement.
Like it's just it's crazy. But no, cyber. Oh, go ahead.
Now even Cash App even doing it. I heard people say they owe Cash App. I'm like, you owe Cash App money?
Oh, I know they have before because I had my Cash App account. They asked me if I wanted to do overdraft protection. I said no. I'm like, what's going on with this nonsense? Like, then they let you borrow money on Cash App.
So now you don't even have to have a bank account to overdraft. You can overdraft with Cash App and pay them back a little bit at a time.
I thought I was doing something having a Cash App card, right? Then they talk about. I mean, I saw what they got. They have DJ gonna love this too. Jack Dorsey, who owns Square Cash, which is Cash App's parent company or whatever, Square. Jay-Z was actually a founding investor in that. That's one of the reasons why he's a billionaire. Like, look at DJ probably like, oh yeah, scratching his beard. Like, can't wait to start here. But like, anyway, yeah, they have a bank in New York. I forget the name of the bank. That bank is Cash App. Cash App bought that bank years ago. Like, So if you have a Cash App account, your money is actually in a legitimate bank that's backed by the Federal Reserve. It's not just an online application. That's why they're able to do checking accounts and wires and direct deposits, and they allow to loan to you and overdrafts and all of that stuff. They basically a legitimate bank.
Well, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right now, and this say you're eligible for FDIC pass-through insurance through Wells Fargo Bank, Sutton Bank, and Bank Corp and Corp Bank, Bank Corp.
Yeah, Sutton Bank is the bank they bought in New York.
These Dusty's gonna try to hide their child support fees.
Oh, don't worry, they still find out. Yeah, but sorry, I just wanted to say what you were saying earlier about the world trading, and everything. If that's fake too, yes, this is why I was saying earlier the debt that the U.S. owes to China. China knows that they never gonna get that debt paid off. The American government know that they never gonna. The only people who don't think they're gonna get paid off is whoever watching ESPN at home right now drinking a
Debt is fluff. See, my mind thinks outside the box. What if the debt itself is fluff and they just scamming the American people because every year our taxes is going up? The electricity tax is going up. Every year stuff is going up because they say we in debt. What if it's all fluff?
Oh, it is. It is all fluff.
Yeah. But that's the problem with it. Like,
listen, in 10 years, the age of retirement gonna be 80. Like, are you kidding me?
I don't mean
assuming Social Security is even around. They were talking. Even the GAO office came out a few years ago and admitted Social Security is insolvent. I think they said 2032 it's going to be bankrupt. Basically,
So
they
all
needed
the
us
money
to
that
basically make more babies.
Is just gone.
No, I'm spending. It's not gone, Cyber. I'm spending it right now.
You spending my money?
I'm spending y'all money right now. So I need y'all to keep y'all black jobs so I can make sure I get my check. But I am spending y'all money right now as we speak.
Hey man, you know what? I know what I said. Listen, every time I look at my check and my bank statement and I see that money that's coming out in SSC, and I'm gonna be like, damn.
And there's another deduction too. We paying into the Medicare, right? I have private insurance, right? Why I gotta pay into that shit?
Because
I need insurance, Cyber. I need my medical benefits.
Listen, I have private insurance that I pay already. I don't have Medicare.
I do. I need that. So go ahead and continue to pay that.
You starting to sound like a conservative Republican over there. What's going on?
But at the end of the day, but that's why they want y'all to have more kids, though. Because
my MAGA hat is black and white.
But each generation pay for the last generation's debt is basically how it's supposed to. But with all these people losing their jobs, and we were like negative 92,000 jobs last month. Everything is definitely gonna fall. If we continue to lose jobs and not gain jobs, then we're gonna be in trouble.
What y'all gonna push us to go exempt for the whole year, and we don't give a damn.
Well, y'all can't go exempt the whole year because then that's when they're gonna shut y'all W-2 down. Well, y'all can't change that.
I'm trying to campaign. I'm trying to get 100,000 Americans.
Cyber. When I was working
exempt for 2 months.
When I was working,
same time.
When I was working, we had access to our W-4, right? But they had to shut some of them people down because they wouldn't exempt too long. You can only go exempt for 6 months, and so your company gonna shut that down. So because I gotta have my money.
No, if a million people go exempt at the same time.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that.
You ain't gonna eat.
They'll change the rules. You can rest assured that. If that happened, they will change the rules quickly.
But you don't want to do that anyway, because at the end of the year, you're going to you better have that money. You better have Uncle Sam's money. Otherwise, he'll throw you in jail.
Listen, I got deductions. I got 1099. I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you got the deductions and everything matches up where you don't know Uncle Sam, in theory wouldn't be a problem. But the problem is a lot of people they don't budget, and they spend money. They spend the money like water, and when the bills due, when the bills due, I don't have it. That's the problem with going exempt.
I'm just trying to crash the subsidized stuff. I'm just trying to crash it.
Well, I never had a problem with Social Security.
Wait a minute, Deonte. Deonte, hold them up. Hold them up. I can't let her get away with subsidized. I can't let her get away with that. Little lady, do you know I worked 37 years of my life and paid Social Security and FDIC and everybody else that wanted to hijack my check before I got paid? So it's money. It's my money that I paid into. It's not subsidized.
You just told me you was taking my money. So
I am taking your money. However, don't let them politicians make y'all feel like this shit is subsidized. Y'all go to work every day, so it's not subsidized.
Man, if I told you how much money I make in a year, that shit is not in the bank. Where the money at? Where the money go?
At some point, though,
how I make this money? And that shit ain't in the bank. Come on, something got to change, bro.
All of us, at some point, the tax money, most of it, unfortunately, not all of it, but most of it is used for us at the end of the day. I mean, when most Americans are going to need Social Security when they get when they retire, you know what I'm saying? Like they're going to need. I mean, and even before you retire, people need Medicaid.
But you pay into it though. You pay into it so you can get it. It's not
we
a
all
subsidy.
pay into it. Yeah,
But
it's not like
I said what I said. She taking her money and my money at the same time.
no, but look, you're going to be in a situation where you're going to be doing the same thing.
Yep, so take somebody money too.
Yeah, I mean, we all taking each other's money when we stop at a damn stoplight. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the taxes is what pay for that. So what I'm saying is that, like, even if all the black people in America decide to start our own city right now, just for blacks, we're gonna do it different. We would still have to pay taxes, or we would still have to have some kind of system where everybody that's making money pays a certain amount into the city to keep it running. And then the same thing, we had a nation or a whole planet. So we have to do it. Social Security is not a bad thing. It's just that the government
you want to live in Wakanda?
No, well,
I ain't trying to live in Wakanda. I ain't trying to live with you Negroes. Something wrong with y'all.
I'm gonna be your next door neighbor. It's gonna be all right. My dog will come over to your yard too.
The only way I will live in a Wakanda if it's open carry.
And no red pill.
Yeah, no red pills.
No red pill. The red pills can stay with the rest of them.
Yeah, oh man. I know.
We have our own judges. We can have our own judges and everything. I don't want to, have our own prisons.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they still will be filled. They'll be full.
I'm gonna own prison. I'm gonna own a prison.
Well, Michael Jordan owns some. He got stock into the prison, so hey, it is what it is.
Hey, his shoes help the prison pipeline. So
right,
Hey, I'm gonna feed him good. I'm gonna feed him good. I'm gonna take care of him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Another good.
How y'all get on money? Because money talk, bullshit walk. How y'all get?
Because of Agent Orange bankrupting America, and we started talking about how he's spending $1 trillion a day, $1 billion a day for this war. That's who's spending your money. Don't worry about them little pennies I'm getting, baby. I'm spending crumbs compared to what he's spending.
You getting dimes and nickels now.
Baby, no, sweetie. I'm getting crumbs compared to what homeboy's spending. And trust me when I tell you that.
You have a point. You them dimes and them nickels.
That's who y'all need to be looking at. Y'all don't need to be looking at us older people. Y'all need to be looking at the president. He the one spending all y'all money.
Trump was tripping, man. I saw the other day, I guess there was a bad storm down in Cuba and their power went out and they was asking Trump about it. This dude, Donald Trump, said he's like a comedian because I be dying listening to this dude. He said something I did not expect. I was dying. They asked him about Cuba, and he said, "Yeah, they need our help. Basically, I go down there. I might take it over. I'll be." He said, "I'll have the honor of being the first president." And then the reporter was like, "You would take it over?" He was like, "Yeah, I'll take it, save it, rescue it, do whatever I want with it." Something like this dude. But he said, "I'll do whatever I want." He said, "I can."
I can do what I want to with it.
Yeah, he said, "I can do whatever I want with it."
But his dream is to let Marco. Well, at first he said Marco Rubio was gonna run it. You know, he got Marco Rubio doing everything.
But this is crazy. Don't think about this. It's like, do you know, it's people. Imagine us sitting at home in America in our homes just chilling, and all of a sudden breaking news come on. President Xi from China said, "Oh yeah, man, America, man, I might save it, rescue it. I do whatever I want with it. We coming over there next week. Fuck them." You know what I'm saying? Like, God damn, like you just gonna talk shame about their country like this to the point you said you could do whatever you want with it, like it's a toy. Are you gonna come in and play with it and throw it back in the truck?
We should be used to hearing hot air coming out in people's mouth.
Yeah, I ain't
I'm
never
from the
heard.
black community. We from the black community. That's all niggas do is talk hot air.
I know, but Trump is really. I thought he already was over the top, but when he said I can do whatever I want to do with it, I mean, it was like it was a little Power Ranger toy or something. It like and he talking about a whole country.
Cuba now finally get their shit together.
Yeah, man, it's out of control. I don't really know what's
Had a
gonna
vacation.
happen.
I was supposed to go to Cabo San Lucas, right? And the damn cartel went over there and started tripping. I'm mad.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, because they was out of control down there, man. And
I'm going to the Bahamas, Dante. So from now on, you got to call me Bahama Mama.
Bahama Mama. All right. Yeah. No, that's what's up, man. I hope you have a good time.
All right, everybody.
What before you guys go? What's our strategy? What should we be doing? Saving a change? What should we? What?
Yes. You save every penny you down to the penny. Try to, I know this might not be very popular, but you might want to consider, you might have your favorite grocery store brand or whatever. You might want to consider the Great Value brand. Spend only what you need. Save the rest.
Store's not.
I'm glad I ain't married to Darnell. He'll have us over here eating damn Roman noodles every day.
Without the packet. Without the packet.
Darnell
rice and beans.
Yeah, Darnell.
Yeah, you have us eat Roman noodles and beans and cornbread.
Come on, saving physical change. I've been saving physical change for.
Darnell say save everything.
Uh-huh.
I heard that in your voice. And turn that light off.
Turn that light off. You don't need that to do your homework.
Burn some candles.
I also do a dollar challenge, right? So I save all my dollars. If I have a 20 and I break it and I get dollars, I save all my dollars.
Oh yeah.
So you guys do that for
go ahead.
Save your dollars. Don't spend your dollars. Save them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Buy some Bitcoin too. Buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. I know I had a chance to buy Bitcoin when that mattered, man. Yeah, I don't even want to talk to y'all about it, man. But the point is, at one point, Bitcoin was under $500, and now that shit is it's almost 100,000. At one point, it was over 100,000. But you can buy pieces of it. You want to buy something that's gonna keep going up? Buy Bitcoin and buy gold. And I suggest the real gold, not that paper shit where they give you a certificate saying you own gold that's in a vault somewhere. That's worse. That's the same as money. Get the actual gold. That shit is heavy though, but just get you like a couple of ounces of it. You'll be okay.
But the only problem, Dante, is where you going to keep it.
Yeah, but see, that's your thing. I'm just talking shit, over the internet. As long as nobody know, hey, y'all, let y'all know right now, I'm broke. I don't got no money.
You just said you bought you bought physical gold. You just said I got physical gold.
I didn't say I got it or bought. I said I suggest people buy that physical gold if you guys know.
Silver too, though.
He
Silver.
said he suggests. He said he had it. He did say he was looking at it. He never
trying
said
to
he
get
was
him
buying it.
robbed.
No, he said
trying
he
to
was
get him
looking
robbed.
at it in his defense. He said, I've been looking at it.
Yeah, I've just been looking at it. And you should probably get some of that, you know. But yeah, Bitcoin is serious though, man. Like it's, you know, just, even if it's just a little piece of it.
He's like, lay down, you've been robbed. What's that Biggie song?
Yeah. I have a different suggestion. Rather than buying the gold per se, you buy the there. I found out there's companies that actually own the mines. Okay, so they're not mining companies, right? But basically they're what they call royalty companies. So what a miner does when they have a mine and they want to mine for gold, they need startup money. So what they do is they go and borrow the money from somebody, let's say Wheaton. I'm just picking one at random. Okay, they go to Wheaton and say, hey, I think there's gold here, and I need X amount of dollars to fund my operations. The beauty with these toll, I call them toll companies, is that they have practically no overhead, and they own the mine. So basically, royalty companies, basically when the miner does strike gold, they have to break a certain percentage. So like, I'm just picking a number at random. Let's say Wheaton funds that mine, then the miner is obligated to pay them, say, 25% of whatever the gold is. So they own the land, they own 25% of the gold.
Wait
So
a
if
minute.
it's,
You're
say,
taking too long to explain it. That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, because I'm trying to, like, it's
DJ.
5 of us on the
Yeah.
panel, right? Darnell, it's 5 of us on the panel. I'm sure between us we can come up with $5,000. Probably more than that with the YouTube community. So what you're suggesting is a real tactical investment that Black people can do. Would these
Yeah, but
minor
who we gonna trust to do that, ma'am? I know y'all on panels only. I've never met any. You think I'm finna give y'all 5,000?
No, $1,000.
I'm gonna take
not
on that
asking
lady
anyone.
and sit on the girl named Cookie, all right? Don't even do that.
We can form a board. In order for any money to be allocated out, all the board members have to, sign. It's not just one person.
Well, we know one person ain't gonna spend it is Darnell, so I can nominate him as the president. I think Darnell keep
out
all
of all the time I've been on YouTube, that's the only idea that sounds like ching ching.
Yeah, but
yeah.
But let me turn the corner.
You...
Let me turn the corner for a sec.
Okay.
What do y'all think about this Cesar Chavez? Because I feel like it's a bunch of bull crap.
Ain't he dead?
Cesar Chavez, yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, it's been dead for 30 years.
Oh, that's
and all of a sudden, this one lady, Dolores Horte or whatever her name is, saying that he raped her back in the day. And you wait 30 years after he's passed away to bring this up. So now in Texas, they're trying to take down all the statues and all the roads that's named after him. They're having big commissions. And I'm like, why is everybody doing all of this? I don't understand, because it seemed like it's just another way of, just like Trump tried to erase history with slavery. Sound like he's trying to erase history with Cesar Chavez, in my opinion. And ma'am, I'm gonna need to see some proof.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's credit going on with ICE, right? I think it's who's in the military? Darnell, what would you call this strategy, right? When it's like psychological warfare.
A psyop.
Yes.
Psyop, yeah.
That's what it is.
So do y'all believe this lady? Do y'all feel like people be taking all this stuff down because of her? Because I feel like she just like Jamal Brown. Somebody done filled her pockets up before she go into the dirt.
It's like when you allege, this is one of the biggest problems we have in this country, is that when people have allegations against them, not proof or evidence, all right, just allegations, something that really can't be, especially if it's something that can't be proved, right? You don't have no evidence at all, no video, no nothing, no nothing. So you start taking down
You
and
gonna
all
let
this other
Trump off
stuff.
the hook with this? I see where you're going, but Trump
But
gonna get off the hook with this with
I
these
wasn't
Trump
even thinking about.
files.
I wasn't even thinking about Trump for real, but I'm glad you said it because it's making me think about this. We do this to people who we don't like, but then people who we do like, right? We want to defend them against it. We'll say, oh, that's not free. You ain't got no evidence against this dude, but you don't like somebody else. You like, I don't care if it ain't no evidence. It's just the allegation is enough. I look at it objectively from the point of like, I can't believe none of this stuff until I see some proof. If somebody comes out and say they know what happened, all of this stuff, I'm like, okay. But when you want to start canceling people and taking down statues and pictures and erasing their history off of something that you can't prove, even the fucking rapper Lil Boosie got a girl that came out said that he raped her when she was 5 years old, and she coming out 25 years later with it, and she's saying that it happened at her grandpa's house while her mom was sleeping in the next room, and she was screaming, and he just left her there and threw a towel on her. I don't feel like, wait a minute, at 5, that don't even make sense.
But
And
her
your
family
mom
came
didn't
out and said
rape
she
her?
was lying. But her family came out and said she was
Yeah,
lying.
that's what I'm saying. Though. It's like you
Dante,
can't keep coming out with
excuse
this kind
you
of
of
stuff. You know. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
accusing you of being a rich man because you already told us you got people in the NFL, the NBA.
Oh, I don't. No. I didn't say.
Got some gold, and
I'm
he
not.
got some gold.
I don't gotta go. I promise.
So,
I'm telling you.
Dante,
Some
what
I'm
you gonna
broke.
silver,
I'm
Dante,
broke.
some
gonna bless
minerals.
I work. I got a regular job. I work from home. Me and my dog. He right here tripping because I gotta take him out again. I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that these allegations, man, it's crazy how it works. You know how if you want to say somebody did something to you, and that's fine. I understand that part. But for everybody else to start just saying, "Oh snap, somebody said that they did this, so we need to cancel all of this, stop playing this, stop trusting them, castigate them through the media," it's just like because it works when it's Donald Trump. Nobody like Donald Trump. He done jacked up since the war. You hope everything is true that everybody ever allocated against him, right? But then when it comes to somebody else, you just like, oh, you like, no, man, it couldn't be,
Well,
like,
I would have been
well,
okay. I would have been okay if she would have came out during the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
Because at
yeah,
that point
that
you
would
could
be
have sued
better.
his estate. But at the end of the day, I don't know. It just don't. Something don't smell right to me. It just seemed like you're trying to assassinate this man's character.
Hey, Dante,
And
gotta go check out. I said what I said. What's that show with you and Minion? It is amazing. Y'all got to be over there, bro. Y'all got hey, I was in the chat when y'all choose that white supremacist.
Now when Minion chewed him out, I don't be doing all of that. That's Minion. If you'll notice, I try to calm him down.
He didn't compose himself to get the meat of the show out of it. Minion just got fed up with that dude. Right. But y'all gotta go check out that show. Tell them what the show is. I said
off the record media. DJ always shouted out off the record.
Man,
Yeah,
but that
I have been on there a few times. I was in the chat, and I was commenting and everything. There's only like I think just twice that I actually caught a live show.
That show is a good show, man.
Well, thank you, Cyber. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, oh no, I'm subscribed to your channel. I said what I said. I got the notification bell. It just I don't know why I don't get alerts like that. I don't even get alerts for DJ show like that. I used to get them all the time. Now
it's YouTube.
Yeah.
It's YouTube trying to let don't want people to be great. That's all.
Hey, after this live, after they heard everything we said, ain't none of us getting notifications.
Well, you have to constantly go in there and make sure that you hit all instead of personalized. Because a lot of times you'll say you want all notifications, and then If you don't go on a channel for a week or two, then they'll put you on the personalized, so you don't get the notifications. So
Yeah,
I
they got-
definitely, I have to check for DJ to see when he's coming live.
I said, y'all
Yeah.
got cinematography intro. This shit is banging over here.
Yeah, they be going. Man.
Yeah, we be trying, girl. We just be trying to get the word out. That's
Movie
all.
up there, man. It's like this is the whole.
It's
I'm
the
trying to tell you,
it's the hood politics, baby. Somebody said we was doing the hood State of the Union. I just fell out laughing.
Hey, y'all should do a in year show. Just like
what kind of show?
Like a eulogy or some shit. That shit gonna be.
Oh man.
We definitely feed off each other. We definitely do. We really have a good time with it. Because it is serious, but you know, we always try to make a joke out of it also. You know, try to make it light, because if you just think about everything that's going on, you really would be totally stressed out. Because this dude is doing something every minute, every second, and every hour of the day. And you just really can't even keep up with everything that this dude is doing. But it looked like Letitia's back on his butt again. So he'll be talking about Tish James in a minute, because she back on him.
You know, one thing Trump is doing is keeping everybody, giving content to everybody. Anybody who's a content creator is having the best time when Trump is in office. Those 4 years when Biden was in office, I was listening to people talk about like, oh, it ain't like when Trump, because Trump was just so animated, all the stuff. Now that he back in office, yeah, even though this is some terrible stuff that's going on, you know, but some of these, influencers and commentators and stuff, and digital content creators, they making bank right now. You know, all they gotta do is put a picture of Trump up, say some crazy shit in the caption, and they gonna get 100,000 views.
Listen, we on the Off the Record show, the last show we did, I think we got over 100,000 views.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because everybody's into, like it's crazy. Like, we done made DJ Torch convert at least one show a week to just politics. He ain't said nothing in the last 2 hours.
Yeah, he just letting us run it. Thank you, DJ Torch. We appreciate it.
Thank you, DJ. I appreciate it. Yeah.
DJ say he racking up these hours, baby. he been MIA, so y'all go for it. That's what you said, DJ. You just let us.
Oh shoot! I'm probably gonna make about 20 or 30 videos.
Yeah, hey, I'm glad for Cyber coming back on tonight. I haven't seen Cyber in a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Torch up here smiling at his haters. That's why you got your face blasted.
Hey, I was gonna say sometimes, like I was like, DJ, and you know, you look at him, he look like he at the gym, now hit the machine. He like, boy, I'm looking good up in this bad boy. Like, what
he was looking good though. He looking good.
Yeah.
Skincare routine going on.
He looked like some caramel. What you call it? Some caramel chocolate? That chocolate caramello.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first saw this, I was looking. I was like, "What the hell is that? This is 1995. This is Montel Williams."
I was like, what? I said, DJ want to bring up another topic. I didn't know who it was until I kept looking at it.
Say, hey, that's why he always want to talk about Kamala Harris. You think Montel Williams? Like, Montel.
Montel Williams. I was just about to say that.
Hey, Dante, Montel with a little slash of Joe Button.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of look like Joe. Yeah.
No, ain't nothing wrong with Montel. Shoot. Hey, man, I'm glad you hitting the gym, Playboy, man. I hope I'm in that kind of shape when I get up there, man, because it's getting close,
But
yeah,
Deonte, you're absolutely right, Deonte, though. I'm seeing more and more content creators cover Trump.
Yeah, I mean, it brings it in, it brings the people. I mean, it's some interesting stuff. We never had a president like this before.
Right.
It's crazy.
He's funny. He make you mad. He all of that.
Yeah.
Do it like off the
He's a
record.
funny dude, man. It's just like,
I said they don't do it like y'all. Y'all be having me in tune. I didn't know some of this. I'm like, damn, Marco Rubio got no size 13s. Like, what the hell?
Well, you know, we be doing the research, Cyber Dreams. We have to find
That
these
dude,
clips.
he looked like Ronald McDonald with them shoes on.
Right. Right.
yeah.
But I've been off social media for the last couple of days because I really had to decompress. I really did. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to even watch the news. That's why I didn't get to watch the Prime Minister in the White House with Agent Orange because I actually took a couple of days off from it. I was like, I just can't look at this mess today.
Yeah.
And I gotta go to work. I gotta go pay. I said what I said. Her check.
Social Security. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Pray
I said what I said. She pimping.
Well, you know what though? I earned my stripes though. I earned my pimping.
No baby
stripes.
oil.
Yeah, no baby oil. Because I didn't have none when I worked them 30. When I put them 37 years in the workforce, I didn't have no baby oil either, baby.
You know what's funny about
You had castor oil. What you had?
Baby, I didn't have no oil. It was dry. I had to take it raw.
She had Darnell. She had that. What's that brake fluid oil? What's that?
It's dot 3 or 4 or something like that.
That old school one, Darnell. I know you.
Yeah, that old school oil is what I had to ride through. So hell yeah, y'all go to work, don't miss, and pay, and don't go exempt.
3-in-1, I think they called it.
Yeah, she had that 3-in-1.
Yeah.
The American flag on it.
Well, everybody, when y'all available again, I'll just start another one. I don't mind this.
Yeah, this was great, but yeah, this is real great. And Deonte, man, my God, my hat was off to you when you talked about Sam Bankman-Fried and how FTX worked. Man, I mean, DJ, you got to clip that, and get that out.
Look,
I mean,
whenever y'all want to cook, y'all can cook. Just say, hey, we want to talk about. We got some things we need to talk about.
Yeah, Darnell, I'm just listen, man. I got into crypto in late 2016. Me, my cousin, my brothers. I'm just a super geek on. I'm not as deep as a geek as I once was. I was really deep into that. You don't want to know. But yeah, I was really paying attention on that. But DJ, I gotta tell you, man, this is one of my favorite lives. You know what I'm saying, that I've ever been on. It's got to be like top 3 for me. You know what I'm saying? We went in. Cyber Drink, it's good to hear from you again. Usually you at my neck, you was at Darnell's neck today, so I'm glad about that. Yeah. But yeah, man, whenever DJ you want to do another one, man, if I get the notification through or I'm scrolling through, man, boom, I'm going to hop in.
Gotcha. Yeah. I appreciate everybody coming through. Y'all got to check out I Said What I Said's channel. Got to check out, Deonte's channel. Check out Darnell's channel. I don't know if you guys do video, but I said what I said.
There's no my channel.
Deonte got a channel too. I didn't know Deonte had a channel.
Oh no, I don't. I don't do anything. I thought about it a few times, but I don't do anything on my channel. Most of you will see anything of me going on is jumping on DJ's channel, is joining the panel.
Oh, okay. And what about Darnell? Do he have a channel?
No, I don't. I mean, I got a channel, but like Deonte, I don't do.
I don't do anything on it.
Hey, why you Seeking Knowledge is in their house? It's good seeing my Seeking Knowledge.
Do Cyber go live?
She pot.
She left.
Oh, she cut.
Oh man.
Let me go to her channel.
I've seen her. I've seen
No.
her on other panels.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
about
see
it.
nothing on her channel either.
Yeah.
Why, it's good seeing you. We'll do another video live stream soon. We've been on here almost 4 hours. Dang. Wait,
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't plan on being
marathon
on
live for DJ.
Yeah, I know. Like DJ, I think the last live I was on went like 4 hours.
Yeah,
You
DJ
know,
he doing two in one.
Well,
He getting 2 shows out of one these days. I guess he's working hard.
yeah,
this is 2 shows. We had the Michael B. Jordan show, and now we have the full-fledged politicking.
Hey,
yeah.
DJ, you know what? I missed that. I just want to say real quick. When y'all talking about oil earlier, right? With Michael B. Jordan, right? So Lori Harvey, remember she used to date. I don't know if y'all brought that up, but she used to date P. Diddy. She dated Puffy.
Yeah.
So she had oil thrown on her too before she got before she
That's
slipped
what I'm saying.
her
It's like, this is the weird thing about this is she's trying to throw smoke at Michael B. Jordan, but was with Diddy. I mean, if that's not a what kind of benchmark is that? You know? And so, and then Future gets in the mix, and it's like, wait a minute, do y'all know 10 Kid having Future? I'm like, there's a point where it's like, okay, I know I really didn't know how Lori Harvey was, but after that, I'm like, okay, you must be a narcissist, because only a narcissist would date Diddy and then want to throw smoke at Michael B. Jordan. That's all I can say.
Yeah, but you know,
I'm not saying Michael B. Jordan is perfect, but anyway, you measuring him to Diddy? Wait a minute.
Yeah, she was. I mean,
that's. Go ahead, Dante.
Oh no, I was just gonna say she was terrible for that. You know, and it's like you got Michael B. Jordan compared to all these other guys you had. You're gonna regret this eventually because he wanted to propose to her, or maybe he did. I can't remember, but I know he was at the point
he
where
was close to it.
he wanted to marry his girl, and it's like, and she's like, no. And he was there, and they were like, oh, he was devastated. I'm like, dude, yeah, he was in love with the girl. I'm gonna tell you, like, now Michael B. Jordan is the maker. Even Kim Kardashian threw a shooting her shot at him at Sunday because Kim Kardashian had tweeted.
I hope he don't go that route.
No, he posted something on his account saying he didn't address Kim Kardashian directly. He didn't say her name or nothing. But I believe that he was doing this for her and for this whole Lori Harvey talk, where he basically said, like, when black men do something great, I'm just paraphrasing because I can't remember exactly what he said. But he said when black men do something great, they always try to like diminish it by bringing up something else and diverting the attention to that. He said, I'm gonna keep myself out of all of that, and that was it. He didn't say nobody's name or anything. Like,
same thing I'm saying that they doing with Cesar Chavez. But as far as Lori Harvey go, it's like mama like daughter, okay? Her mama was one, and she a 304, and she is too. And they tried to clean her act up after Diddy, and tried to get with Michael, what's his name?
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan, and he was too good for her. See, a lot of these chicks want a bad boy, and he was too corny for him in so many words. He was boring, I'm pretty sure, and corny, and because he was a gentleman, and that's not what she used to. She's not used to nobody treating her like a lady, in my opinion. Right. And so that's the reason why it didn't work out. And I wholeheartedly feel like he dodged the bullet, and thank God. She wasn't, she didn't get pregnant, because I'm pretty sure she was, that was going to be next, so she could be tied to him for the rest of her days. And so he thank God he dodged the bullet, and thank God he not even trying to give her no kind of play, because she was trying to get back with him. And once he didn't want her no more, then she started trying to throw shade towards him.
Yeah, exactly. I think she thought she could spin the block.
Nah, he too smart for that. And it's like They were talking of when I first heard that rumor. It's like, oh, it's a rumor that she tried to contact Michael B after he won the Oscars, and even before then, but he been like ignoring her. I'm like, people just making this shit up. Then they was talking about, no, it came from somebody in her team or her camp. I'm like, you know what? I bet you it probably did. She probably did want that to leak. She probably made it leak that she did that because it gives her attention now. We wasn't what nobody talking about Lloyd Harvey at all until a day after the Oscars happened because of him. Like so it's just giving her more attention. She don't care, like it's not that negative. It's not like she did something terrible. All she's saying is that she tried to congratulate him and reach out to him and he ignored her. That don't make him look bad though because of what
Right.
you did.
But that's what
Yeah.
women do, though. A lot of times women do that. If a man don't, because she thinks she's all of that, right? And nobody is supposed to turn her down in her eyesight. And she just
Yeah,
think her little
pass
poop don't,
around now.
yeah, her little poop don't stink. So if a man decide that, he done with you or whatever, her ego is hurt. That's all it is. Her ego is hurt. And I'm surprised she didn't call him the yag word, because normally that's what a lot of women do when a man don't want them. They call him the yag. But DJ,
I
look
like
into
that.
this.
I never
DJ,
heard
look
that.
into this story about the mother from Georgia who took this took the morning after pill, and now she charged with murder.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's sad.
Crazy.
That
So
is
is
crazy.
it that she took it too late or what?
No, uh, they saying she took it too late. They saying because Georgia got a heartbeat bill. So I guess if you can hear the heartbeat, then that's too late for Georgia.
Well, okay, so it sounds like to me she waited more than the morning after. Personally, I think if it's to me, my motto is this: if it's inside your body, it belongs to you. You can do
That
whatever.
part, right?
You know, they getting a little. That's I was worried about this. I mean, I was worried about it, but yeah, that was messed up.
But
Yeah.
anyway, it's been good, guys, and I learned a lot. Deonte, I may hire you to be my broker if I want to get into some gold and some Bitcoin.
No, I don't know nothing. Listen, I know a little bit about a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like
know a
I
little bit
don't
about a little bit,
a
huh?
little bit. Yeah, I
Not
don't
enough,
know.
not enough to to dabble into the market.
Oh no, I don't. Trust me. If I was the man like that, I'd be riding around in a Ferrari right now with my doggy.
Well,
You know.
I think you should. I think you should. You said you're a geek and you like to read and look like you understand it well enough. So I think you should look in more into it and get on YouTube and start making you some coins off of it. Is what I feel like you ought to do. And tell everybody to do their own research, but you can tell them how to
Well,
navigate it and how to how to get
oh
started.
no, I never got. I mean, I never got deep into that part. Like talking to. I have talked to so many people in my family and friends about this for literally over 10 years now. About any of this crypto, the market, currency, everything. Like they just don't. Most of them don't want, and it's okay. I understand. Because there's stuff people tried to get me to do. I didn't do, and they were successful at it. But I came up with a term where I said I'm not going to beg people to make money. So that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but other than that, like,
But you wouldn't have to though if you started a YouTube channel and start telling people how to even how to get into the stock market or how to navigate it,
yeah,
because a lot of people don't even know step one. And so I just
yeah.
think it would be beneficial, because financial literacy is something that our community is lacking big time.
No, it is. But you know what? I would recommend people channels because it's probably. I mean, I'm subscribed to I don't know maybe a dozen different channels on like
I'm not talking
crypto.
about them. I'm talking about you.
No, I I know what you're saying.
I can sit
Yeah,
up here and search some more people channel and get some financial literacy. But the way
I
that
mean,
you
it
break
don't
it
really.
down,
Yeah.
but the way that you break it down in naming terms where people can really understand what you're saying. And I just think it would be beneficial. And I think you can make some money, just doing it. So I'm just, you want a little side hustle on YouTube. So,
All right, no, I understand. Well, thank you for saying that, though.
but anyway, guys, it's been great as usual.
Oh,
DJ, thank you for allowing me to come on your panel. It's been great talking to the guys in cyber. And I'm going to drop down and you guys have a great night. I got to get ready to go to bed so I can go to church in the morning.
Yeah, I know. Huh? It's getting, everybody.
It's almost 12 o'clock here.
I'm going to hit the beat right now. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. This is DJ Torch. I'm out of here.
DJ Torch. And friends. It's about to go down, baby.
Thanks again, Darnell. Darnell, $5 super chat. Shout out to Why is Seeking Knowledge. Thank you for coming through. Shout out to Henry Mars, Cyber Dream. Shout out to I Said What I Said. Shout out to Treetop. Thanks for coming through. Phoenix Soul, was good seeing you. Shout out to Hyenas and Windcats. Shout out to Koi Chi Kai. Huge shout out to Wisdom Ain't Cheap. Check out her channel. She's got some great content. Kevin, the lifestyle guy, was in the house. Shout out to Miss Flozar. Deonte. Darnell. Everyone, have a good night. Let's take it home, Ghost. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good day.